Yeah, I know. Often the cameras in Gabe's room.
Dip duck duck dodge, man.
Oh my god. It just jumped out of the thing at me. It was like, freedom! Well, funky and smoky at the same time. It's kind of weird. Kind of alluring, but also not.
That definitely builds character.
Oh yeah. And hair, apparently. Oh man, I got it all over that bag outside, so it's slamming my hands.
You have the character all over you. Just
It's not.
Character.
It's not that
Character
old,
in
so
your
it's not that
hand.
gross. But if I didn't do it right now and it went to tomorrow, it would have turned into a monster.
You got character on your face.
It builds a new character.
No.
That'd be kind of
Thank you
a
for
fun
being brave.
character.
Yeah, so when we had left off, you guys had pressed past room 9 because it looked empty, and you had gone into room 10 where you had found another marble altar with a mahogany base on top of it, and on top of that was a silver bell.
There's a star on the map now.
Silver Bell.
Yeah, that's in the next room. That's a stars on these maps tend to be statues.
Okay.
So it was a mahogany base and a silver bell.
Yes. Worth about 50 gold. Which, are you guys going to take that one? Because this one actually might be worthwhile taking this bell in terms of value versus the other ones that are not.
Hiccups. Sorry.
Yeah, may as well. As long as it doesn't like weigh us down too much, but
That was the only.
Strong.
I thought that was like kind of the only concern. It's kind of a little big, a little unwieldy.
This bell is smaller than the other ones because silver you can make a bell out of cast silver and have it be much thinner.
It didn't even match the size on the bells. Fucking the aesthetics.
Yeah, no,
Right.
there is an aesthetic problem here.
What bell were we looking for again?
A platinum bell.
It's platinum, so this is not quite what we're looking for.
no.
Yeah.
We found it was an obsidian one, right?
Yeah,
Uh,
that one was huge.
No, the first one you found was wrought iron,
Wrought
Wrought
iron.
iron.
okay, then copper, then brass, and now silver. And you guys have with you Sark of the Left Grip, who's
My future husband. Yes.
yes, he doesn't realize this yet.
Oh yeah.
I
He
had to start
doesn't
to be-
realize this.
He's
yet.
about to be Papa to little S.
Oh god.
Gosh. Gathering more of them.
She is the only one who has henchmen with the group right now.
I mean, it is nice to have a father figure in your life, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, you got to see the positive in these things.
It wasn't gonna be Linus.
I mean, I've been hooking him up with fish, but I prefer to be the drunkle. You know, we could.
The drunkle. We'd all prefer to be the drunkle.
Hey, drunkle's fun.
That's why everyone would prefer to be the drunkle.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Uh,
And yeah, that's what's in this room. So that now it's just a passageway opening up into what you can see is another nearby room. And it looks like there's maybe a statue in the far corner. That's not one of the gargoyle ones. This one looks a little bigger, carved out of stone. It looks freestanding rather than like up against the wall like a lot of the gargoyles. Because for instance, there's 4 gargoyles in this room holding up each of the walls, but it looks like they're carved out of the stone, like up against the wall with their wings pressed up against the wall and their hands holding the ceiling up.
That's right.
Did we investigate room 9? Because I guess I'm just interested about that one wall on the left side of it.
You guys had just done a cursory look. You had not done an in-depth look.
Okay.
Did you guys want to poke back and before you press forward, check the wall out?
Got this inkling that I just need to take a look at that wall.
I mean,
All right. So,
Yeah,
if
thanks.
everyone can just roll me either a search-related skill if you have one, or just a wisdom check. Elves getting a +2.
Babe, could you roll for me since I am currently getting dinner?
Kind of. I do have a question about alertness as a general skill.
Mm-hmm.
Does it do anything for me in this particular situation?
No, it does nothing.
Okay,
Uh,
so
No, alertness it does things, but not in this particular case. Alertness means that you'd be on the jump for like if someone was like getting ready to jump you guys while you're doing the searching.
and
If
so
the wall was gonna attack you.
and then so for rolling this check, it's 1d6 plus our wisdom modifier, and if we're an elf, plus 1.
Two.
Plus 2. Okay,
Yeah.
so you should have
Elves are good at finding these types of specific things that might be in use here.
plus 2. Oop, not
So the
you,
whole
sorry.
thing with alertness is if there's a chance that you might be surprised, you roll alertness and you're literally not surprised at all, and you also can wake up at the slightest out of place noise, so you can't get jumped while you're sleeping. If you can
Got
make
it.
the alertness check.
Also, Tappy, you should be adding. Oh, never mind. You.
I mean, we should have detection as well as elves.
That's what I'm doing for the elves, is the detection. I'm giving you that +2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Because I'm kind of tweaking the system a bit. Like I need to rewrite how elves work to match it up with this, but I'm wanting to do this with you guys because I think will overall work a little better.
No, perfect. I was just wanting to confirm that I do have the alertness general skill for like being.
Oh yeah, and
alert.
it's do it for 2d6. Don't just do 1d6. I'm trying to use the 2d6 because I like the curve on that.
Sorry.
So 2d6.
I said darkness roll 2d6. I'm
Ah,
just
got
roll
it.
it.
You mean everyone had said 1d6, so I was like, okay.
It's plus.
Wow, even better.
Yeah, okay, Gabe. You definitely notice that there's some weirdness, and it feels like there's a soft spot. Eleanor also notices as well.
Oh, I
And
really know
was
it.
like, guys, it's a secret door, and these are the triggers, and that's where the hinges are. And I was like, there's the maker's mark of the guy who carved it.
Lars, you don't have to worry. You can sit this one out.
There's Boone.
In fact, Tiago's like, I'm pretty sure I saw the quarry where they quarried the rock for this on our way in 2 days ago. That's 15. Jesus Christ.
Oh, I forgot. It's 2d6. Blurb.
What did I roll?
5.
I'm.
You guys are like, so
That's because I only
Lars,
rolled
you're
1d6 for
pretty
him.
sure that the wall is made out of stone.
I only rolled one. I only rolled 1d6 for him. That's my bad. 2d.
Well, out of D6, a 5's pretty good.
It's still a 5.
Wow.
It's it was meant to
Well.
be. Clark is making dinner in his mind right now. That's what's really happening.
Yep.
I tried. I'm so sorry.
Well, the issue was, Barth, is you were thinking about fish jokes, and then you're like, I could make some fish. Do we have any fish? What would I prepare the fish with?
So we see that there's a wall, and the wall is squishy.
The answer is no.
Yeah, it's got a trigger, and it's a rock that rotates, so it wasn't a solid wall. It was a wall that had been inset with a pivot with a metal spring, but you couldn't see the metal spring because it was inside. So by pushing on another rock, it pushes the spring, and the wall pops open, revealing a compartment. Yeah.
What we got here?
So inside the compartment, there's what looks like maybe several decade old, really nice looking sword. Like no signs of corrosion or rust, so possible magical. And then next to it is a rolled up scroll case with what looks like several scrolls rolled up inside.
Ooh, take a gander at them there, scrolls.
Very careful, but yeah.
Very carefully.
Read them out loud without checking what they do.
Fireball cast! Whoa!
There's scroll incantations for clerical spells for the 3 divines of the Traladaran Church.
Oh shit!
It looks like it's a Cure Light Wounds scroll and a Silence scroll.
Can I cast those? Can I add them to my laundry list of scrolls?
Yes, I mean, if the group's going to let you take them,
I can't
The
use
other
scrolls,
cleric
can
in the group could totally use those too.
Yeah, the other cleric.
I'm not able to use scrolls, am I? I'm
No,
pretty
not at the
basic,
moment, because you haven't become a paladin yet.
right? Can I?
Yeah, that is an option. You can totally become a spellcasting fighter.
A joke paladin.
You know, it'd be really funny is if I didn't get
Joke
these
it
to
in.
you, but
These are mine.
Yeah, no, Sid, if you check the Prestige class guide, the one you want to look for it's literally the paladin, You could also become an Avenger if you're willing to devote yourself to one of the dark cults.
All
be
right.
fun.
We'll see
Or if
how
you
big our
decide to-
goblin army gets first.
If you
but-
decide to swear yourself to one of the leaders in the local area, you could also prestige your class into Knight. Knight less has mechanical things, and more it has role-playing things where you can literally do things like go into any castle or keep and request, like, I want to stay here.
Seems pretty good.
And you get to stay there because you're visiting, basically you're the most minor of nobility, a knight, but you're there. But if, like, calls to arm happen, you get called up to go do it. But it mostly just grants you social status by becoming a knight. The other two classes, Avenger and Paladin, grant you spellcasting because you're literally joining cults to learn how to cast spells.
So the problem with being a knight for Blarth is he one day would like to, rule the world, and if I
Yeah, but
become
that's
a
just a
knight,
stepping stone. If you become a knight, you work your way up, and maybe...
that's the thing. I'll be working under somebody at that point if I'm a knight. That's kind of what that means.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Oh, I see. You want to start at the top from the beginning and
Yeah, I
just grow
can't.
what's underneath you.
Exactly.
Crush them all.
So it doesn't make sense to become a knight because it's like I'm gonna be stuck working under
So
someone
Blarth
else.
wants to build a pyramid scheme.
I mean,
Um,
understandable.
And I
Eleanor
think-
wants to build a family.
Religion sounds right to start this, so Paladin's starting to
Family cult.
Family.
Yeah,
It's one of the
potato,
two.
potato.
cultly.
Brother Linus is confused about whether he really likes trees or not.
They're nice, but
They're so
people,
naughty sometimes.
they
What is
really
it under?
are.
Which book is this under?
Hold
For
on, hold
the,
on, hold on. I got the right gift. Hold on. I got the thing.
The classes, it's under.
Three.
That's all our character sheets. Where's the shit?
Ah.
Oh man.
Oh
That's,
my. Oh my.
Yep. That's what I was probably thinking, but didn't want to say out loud.
I got you.
I wasn't, and now I wish I didn't see that. But
It's
what?
too late now.
I
Oh,
used to
it's
watch this
fine.
movie
Oh,
on
sweet
repeat when I
Jesus.
was a child.
Oh, there
What
goes the stream,
horror is
everybody. That's
that?
the last one right there. That's gonna end us.
Do I not
Big
have
hold.
this? I don't have all the. It's the Mystara
Big
player
old tree kitties.
content.
Yep.
World weapon.
Big old
world
Twiggies.
religion, prestige classes. There we go.
Big old Twiggies.
A bard would make sense, but I don't see it.
And then behind the sword, there's actually a length of wood with a bunch of sigils inscribed upon it.
Why does the image on this page look like there's a bard, but there's no bard?
Bard is more like a
Scoundrel?
career choice.
I see.
Like
That-
anyone
okay.
can do that. Just take some instrument things, and you too can be the bard. It's more like a mindset than it is a class.
Cool. I like that.
Not distinct at this
Scoundrel
point.
is it lets the thief be more like basically a D'Artagnan or like Three Musketeers figure. Like fighters can do that without even trying, but Scoundrel lets rogues do it. They take away their backstab ability to give them basically better armor class when not wearing armor, and like more like dueling and like swordplay techniques.
That sounds like me, but I don't think I could be that. Let me see.
I mean, you're a fighter. You can just take this. You have enough weapon skills as you level up where you can just get good at like, yeah, I took rapier and like dagger, and I don't wear armor anymore, and
Or
just
just
go
what you do.
defensive by,
As a
like-
conqueror? Excuse me?
Yeah, that's for humanoid classes. That's when they raise the banner and like the humanoid horde goes pouring across the land.
It's a little less. Got it.
Yeah, little S could take that. So could Sark.
At some point.
Speaking of little s, I'm eyeballing that old sword pretty hard. I'm not kidding. I'm kidding. For
kind
the
of sword is it?
scrolls though, we had silence and then cure light wounds.
Yes.
Okay,
And
and that was it.
You said there were 3?
No, there was 2 scrolls, and then
Oh.
there was a wand.
2 scrolls and a wand. Oh.
Yeah.
What's the wand?
You're looking it over. If you have like knowledge magic or knowledge magic items or anything like that, you can make a roll.
I'm an
Otherwise, it's
elf?
going to take you some studying time to learn.
I do actually have knowledge magic. It's one of the
You
things
can
that I
make a
Alchemy.
roll on that. You
Yep.
need to get a 7 or better on a knowledge magic. Because they're not complicated runes, but you do need to actually make the roll. So 2d6 plus your intelligence modifier, and your ranks in the skill.
Well, he's not the smartest cookie, but he's the only one that took the skill, so he's gonna roll.
You're like, nope. You're pretty sure it's magic, but you don't know what it does. The
I can't
elves
read
will
that.
probably hold on to it for a while and probably figure it out, mainly because wands are pretty much always arcane in nature.
Yeah, an alchemy skill wouldn't do anything to it. Yeah.
No. But if you had like knowledge runes or knowledge magic or knowledge, anything like that would be applicable to figuring out what this does. But also just holding on to it for a while, you'll eventually figure it out because you'll be poking at it.
We just keep poking someone with it until it goes off. Oh shit! Hey.
Out of character,
don't-
it
please
is
don't.
a wand of lightning bolt with 2 charges left in it. But you don't know it yet. You probably won't learn that until after at least a couple of days of studying it. But whoever ends up having it will have a wand of lightning bolt with 2 charges. And that's at 6th level, so it'd be 66 damage on lightning bolts.
Right.
Now, lightning bolts, they don't, unlike other editions of D&D, this is the earlier ones, I'll have this. Lightning bolts don't have to start from you. Lightning bolts start somewhere within 120 feet of you and go in a line 60 feet.
Straight down?
That you pick.
Oh.
I love that.
Oh,
Is it like a beam down from heaven, or is it?
No, it's a line that arcs out from the spot you pick.
You could
Got
fire
it.
that subbitch horizontally, like across the room.
Yeah, you pick a point and then you sweep your arm over and you just like go that way.
Fucking paint
That's
the canvas.
dope. Yeah.
You swipe left.
Yeah.
Now the issue is that when lightning bolt hits walls,
I love
it can bounce unpredictably, especially if you don't know what the surface of the wall is. Because lightning bolts do bounce, so they'll like hit the wall and then bounce at some angle, and you may not know what that angle is going to be until after you've done it.
All right.
Which can be really fun and exciting, especially in a dungeon.
That does sound actually kind of fun. Also, like, oh shit,
Yeah, right.
but fun.
All right. Magic sword added. Wand of lightning bolt added.
What is the magic sword?
We don't know yet.
So you don't know yet. It is a sword +1, so it's just not anything super special. It is just a sword +1. It's from a Traladaran king shortly before the Phaeacians took over. So it's a fairly modern style of sword, but it's not a Phaeacian style of sword. It's Traladaran style of sword.
Okay.
So the sword's probably like 100, 120 years old.
When you say sword, it's just like a long sword, short sword? Just
Yeah, a long sword. Specifically, long swords are just referred to colloquially sword. That's the
sword. Okay.
that's the weapon. So it's not the one you're great at. You could use it, but you're not great at it. The elves are
Right.
just as good at using it as you are. And Brother Linus is only slightly worse. He would just have a -1 to damage. That's all.
Can always throw it. Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
All right. I've noted them as unidentified. And
Yep.
we will figure them out eventually. Cool.
And then what is the plan? Move on to room 11, pull back to rest, wait for something horrible to happen in this room. Your options.
I
They're
don't know.
limitless.
Sorry, 1 second. My husband's trying to communicate something.
Would you like to eat this now?
I'll make myself something else later.
Okay.
I love you.
Just checking. I don't want you to take it and put it on your desk and just sit there because I'll fucking eat it. All right.
All right. So.
I mean, yeah. I'm glad we went back and.
Oh.
checked out
Yeah,
this
good
room,
checking.
but, I suppose.
Yeah, otherwise you would have missed the treasure.
And it would be a damn shame, wouldn't it?
I knew. I had
I
an inkling. A reason to come back here.
So, suppose we press on to 11 unless anybody has any reason not to.
To the next room.
Right. In that next room, the statue that's there is much broader than any of the gargoyle statues to date. It's 9 feet tall to the head, and it's burly. So the limbs are really thick, but they're all really crude. This does not look finely carved. It looks like a vague outline of a human, or generic humanoid, that's like 9 feet tall. And the damn thing probably weighs 1,500, 2,000 pounds.
Damn.
Because it's a big old block of rock.
We never did get that tech magic going, did we?
No. No. Is that something that you want to mention as Brother Linus? Like, could we start detecting magic now?
We might want to throw up a detect magic, maybe. Just a thought. What with us getting closer to the middle?
I mean, suppose now's about the time. Seeing old Big and Burly right here.
Yeah.
I'll throw that up, and yeah, I'll use one of my level 1.
Yeah, as you cast it, you realize, yeah, there's definitely magic on that entire statue. Some sort of animation magic.
Yep.
But there's also something. There's also some sort of elemental magic bound into it. You think tied to the plane of fire, which is weird. You'd have expected plane of earth.
Yep.
Yep.
Not sure if Lorth was expecting anything, but
no, that's exactly what you were expecting. Find magic. Scroll down to that there level 3. Wasn't expecting to have to do this so soon, but you know, sometimes it be like that. Exactly.
I mean, if you want to, you can. I have the ability to spell as well.
That's what I was just gonna do.
Okay. I mean, after you.
Chance of spelling is 5% for each level difference. Cool. Yeah, bippity boppity boo. Pull out whatever arcane focus and top to fur, bat tooth and frog's wing that's required in order to cast this incantation and rip apart the magical bindings that hold the spell on that statue together.
So you begin casting. Any other actions that are going to happen is going to be an initiative roll in case this fails. So if everyone can roll initiative, you're getting to act before it, but like everyone else will act in initiative order.
Alrighty. All magical effects present created by casters equal or lower level are automatically destroyed. The chance of not dispelling magic effects created by casters at higher level is equal to 5% for each level difference between the two casters.
You are level 7.
I am level 7.
There's a 15% chance.
Okie dokie. Let's not roll a 15 or lower. D1 hundo. Yeah. That's a 20.
That passes. Which means that, yeah, it does not activate. So, yeah, no need for initiative, to be honest.
Okay.
You know when you're in a room and you...
However, I'm going to point out the magic, by the way, because Asiag, you'll see it. It just looks dimmed. He didn't dispel the magic. He just temporarily,
turned it off.
Sorted it out. It'll be back on in the next hour or so.
Oh, glory.
At which point it will be activated again. So, because it's you can't permanently dispel a construct with just dispel magic. You can stop them from activating, though.
Well, that's exactly what we're trying to do here.
Okay, we got a timer on this thing. Anything else interesting in the room before we press on?
Yeah, search the room real quick.
No, in this case, it was just that. But as you're looking to leave the room and you're looking around, you hear this female voice saying, "That's no fair."
Well,
There's it for tourists, baby.
Not being fair was you stealing something that didn't belong to you.
Then guard it better. And then the voice laughs, heads off to the north.
Then enchant your gargoyles better. Ah.
I mean, this clearly did not look like a gargoyle. It looked like a giant metal rock man
Oh, then shut your
No
goals
wings
better.
or anything. It was just a giant, big, blocky boy.
And
That was-
shut your slabs of rock better.
Pretty weird, but okay.
Andy, I hope
Alright.
you don't mind. I made Sarek's sheet green.
Oh, that's fine. Like,
I was confusing them, all three of them. So
oh, got it. No,
I made him
no,
pretty.
no problem. Like, I just made him have a sheet just so that it'd be easier to track his shit rather than just a
Yeah.
small stat block.
For sure. I changed it to Eleanor's pink, Little S is blue, and he's green.
No, that's fair enough. It's pretty clearly different then. I even gave him a quick history backstory that you can now edit yourself.
Nice.
Why is strike through not an option as a default choice on this page? I'm very disappointed. For text, you get bold and underline, italic. No fucking strike through. All right, that's fine. Cool. Shall we carry on?
Yeah. Moving on to
That was in room 11.
that was room 11. Moving on to room 12, which is about 40 feet further north. It's another 20 by 20 foot room. This one looks empty. And there's a hallway leading north once again.
Asiago, what do your elf eyes see?
Yeah, no, great point.
So yeah, roll to do a search if you guys are going to do another search here.
Ian.
Pretty good. Was Asiago the only one searching?
No, searching.
I will also search. Sorry, I'm taking notes.
So the 3 people searching, I would like you to also make saving throws versus ones.
Alright, so
Rude.
6 plus 3.
I knew there was a reason I wasn't.
We triggered the fire.
Save versus ones.
Yes, indeed.
Where's that? Save versus ones. What am I rolling?
D20 plus
D20
the
plus-
save versus ones.
That's a pretty good roll.
Yeah, you just need to get a 16 or better.
Oh, okay.
If you fail to get a 16, when the floor opens up and you fall down into the pit, you fall into the pit.
Instead, we float in midair and
If you make the save, you manage to catch yourself and like throw yourself off to the side, and you don't fall into the pit.
Beam.
we're all
so
at
those-
it, falling into pits at this point.
Those who fell into the pit, you
Nobody.
only fell like 12, 15 feet, so it wasn't terribly far, but it was far enough to hurt yourself.
I think we're good, actually.
Not this
Say-
time.
See 27, 28, and 20.
Oh, yeah, no one took any damage.
My
Sweet.
clumsy ass fell in that last pit. Not this time, damn
You
it.
would have taken 3 damage because there was no spikes at the bottom. This was just a inconvenience pit.
Kind of incompetent trap builder.
Barely.
Doesn't put spikes bottom.
So
I tell
looking
you
at it,
what.
this trap looks like it was part of the original construction of the outer shell. So you think this trap might predate a lot of the later changes?
Ah,
This one's a classic.
yeah.
Can't go wrong with the classics.
Ah, it's an antique trap. Take it with us. Sell it on the open market.
How many traps do you trigger?
It's a little trap. Just give something like
Like
Not
fun for the
everybody
family?
Anti-Trap Roadshow. Fucking.
anti-children trap. I feel like most children probably wouldn't survive this. Most human children, at least.
I think I'm rubbing off on you guys. I'm
Man,
gonna write
that's
this
super
stuff
true.
down.
Those human children would not survive this. That's for sure.
I'm not saying elf children would stand much of a chance, but
But they're going to send
children
the
in
human
general.
children first. you know?
Certainly a better one.
I'll write this
yeah.
stuff down. This is good content.
So, you finally come to a corner room at the far northern end of this particular passageway. Let me pop it up because it probably need a new one for this.
I never, with doing the investigation, do I lose concentration on detect magic? at
No,
all?
you haven't had to attack or anything like that,
Yeah.
so that you're still fine.
Ooh.
We chillin'. We vibing.
Yeah,
Alright,
thank you, Linus, for doing the spell on that. Allowed me to not break it.
Yeah.
So in this room, on a slight pedestal, there's a man-sized bronze statue.
Hmm.
Looks
I
like
got
a
my man.
guy wearing armor.
And it's on
Does it
12.
glow?
This is in room 13. In
Oh,
room 12 was the pit trap that you fell into.
Room 12 is the pit trap. Okay.
Yep.
And there was nothing else significant in 12. It was just that investigate, bam, right into.
Yep. And otherwise, it was an empty room. There was no place for anything other than the hallway, basically, other than the pit trap.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I suppose. I mean, the MO right now has been to destroy these things, right? They're not any use to us.
I mean, yeah, bang them up, stuff them full of stuff, and
The bronze statue.
Yeah, did we even do that with the silver one, or did we take the silver one? It's smaller,
Oh,
right?
I assume you took the silver bell. 'cause it was
Right, we took
smaller.
the silver one because
Yeah.
it was
This is
small
not a
enough to
bell.
carry.
This is a man-sized bronze statue.
Yeah.
Random question for the things that Brother Linus dispelled earlier. They were constructs, right?
Yeah.
How
That
big
means
were they?
that 9 feet tall.
9 feet tall.
The one
How
the one he dispelled earlier was 9 feet
the
tall.
one he dispelled was 9 feet tall. How deep is this pit that we almost fell into?
10, 12 feet.
Is it possible to shove one of these things in here and then reset the trap?
Possible, but that's a lot of weight to move. That's
Okay.
about 2,000 pounds worth of rock.
Okay, so
You could do it, but man, that'd
I was
be
gonna say I'm buff, but I don't know how. I don't know what the conversion rate for strength is.
you guys would need some ropes and probably like either something to act as like a grease element on the ground, or get like wooden rollers and
Yeah.
basically roll it that way. It otherwise would be just too much of a pain with just the 5 people who can actually pull the thing. Maybe
So first,
4, because
we must
Counting-
make a primitive blade.
Brother Linus might not count for adding strength to the group.
No, in fact, he's actively penalized for adding strength. He just
Okay,
makes
Little
it
S also
heavier.
has a -1. And my future husband only has a strength of 14 versus my 18. I'm not here to judge.
I think I'm the weakest one here.
No, Little
No,
S only has a
Linus
6.
is. Never mind.
No, Linus is definitely some.
Is Little S stronger than you?
We've been over this.
Little S challenges you to a arm
Oh,
wrestling
God.
competition.
Rebel.
I mean, strictly speaking, you're bigger than he is, so you can carry more. But
Yeah.
like, for practical purposes of things like arm wrestling, you probably lose.
Isn't there was it divine might or divine power or something? It's like busts you to the gills. I'll just cast
Yeah,
that.
I think
Fine.
it's a double spell.
Yeah.
You're not high enough.
Yeah.
You're waiting,
Yeah.
biding your time.
Slowly, surely.
Fighting.
But in the meantime, so just 12 had the pit trap, and then in 13 we
There's this
see
bronze statue.
a bronze statue.
How's it looking on the magic end?
It does look magical, but it doesn't have that same animating magic force now that you're looking at it. It mostly looks like it's magically enchanted to last longer. More like it's a preservative magic. It looks really nice though. Like the patina it has on it is not an old patina. It's more like a recent patina. Even though the statue is probably really old, so you think the magic might be inhibiting that formation of the oxide on the surface.
Looks like a human male.
Yeah. Dressed in the style of a Traladaran noble from like 120 years ago.
Anybody know anything about Traladar in history? Does he look familiar?
Turns out, I do a ceremony of Traldara, but not quite history. Maybe he's a ceremonial person. Could I roll for it?
You can try.
I get really lucky. It's like, oh yeah, that's
It's Bob.
yeah. Real famous guy.
Not Bob.
It's the only one who always ate the apple cores. Weirdest. There we go. Nope. Well, maybe 10.
Yeah, I mean that's actually pretty good. You don't, however, think this guy has a ceremonial ritual presence in the Church of Chaladara, unless he was a very, very localized like saint or anything like that. Instead, you think he more likely was like a local Traladaran, like baron or count or one of the lesser dukes in the latter part, right before the Phaeacians invaded, because they made a lot of things like this. They were kind of throwing their money around and like wrecking the economy before the Phaeacians invaded.
So yeah, this is probably his fort.
Or like his family's like something or other.
So this is
Yeah.
just like a dick measuring piece.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because this is not Traladaran building style, so it's entirely possible this predated the Traladarans becoming a more modern civilization like 1,200 years ago. But the insides look like they were renovated a couple of times, so it's entirely possible that this is a much later piece added, like I said, like 120 years ago.
Had a huge hard on for this guy.
Yeah, because a lot of stuff that you guys have encountered in the Karamakos has basically been like things built on top of ruins, built on top of ruins.
Yep.
Because, you know, keep reusing things that a previous place built. If the stonework's still there, just, you know, put some wood on top.
Exactly.
Cheaper, and the foundation's already done.
Easy peasy. All right.
Yeah. And the next room is about the same size. Only this one has, in where the statue is, has another one of those marble altars with the mahogany block on top and a bell on top. This one, however, made from 14 karat gold.
Oh my goodness.
So based on its size and weight and craftsmanship, it's probably worth 500 gold. So it's not a huge bell, but it is a nice looking bell.
A shooter shine nice.
This is in 13?
14. This is in 14.
Oh, in 14.
Oh.
Sorry, I didn't see that on the map.
Benel. Gold bell. 150 gold, you said?
500 gold.
500 gold. And how much?
It's 14 karat gold, man.
How much would the silver bell be roughly worth?
50 gold.
50 gold? Okay.
Yeah.
The wheat. Alrighty.
Nice.
500, right?
Take that.
Yep.
For the team.
500. Scoop it up.
How heavy is it?
It weighs about. Let's see here.
At some point, is it going to start becoming kind of like a challenge as to who's carrying what?
No, because this bell probably weighs like 2.5 pounds.
Oh, it's not too bad.
Because it's like the straight value of gold is about like 50 gold a pound. This is only 14 karat gold, so it'd be worth a little less, but the craftsmanship bumps it back up. So it's the value of it as a like talking piece or like a just jewelry piece kind of raises it back up to being 500 gold for 2.5 pounds of gold.
Got it.
Because gold pieces, man, they're valuable.
I only ring for my servants with the goldest of bells.
You guys have a weird view on it just because you guys are
Adventurers.
you're rich. Is what I want
Yeah.
to say. You're rich.
I mean, we're not filthy, stinking rich, but we're well-to-do.
No, you left well-to-do a while ago. You're not the like the 1% of the 1%, but like you're the 1%.
I
We're
mean,
not
we
the
only
wor-
own one property.
What's this we stuff?
That's
I distinctly remember being. Never mind. We're not doing this again.
No, you're right. Eleonora is rich because she's preparing for her family. The rest of you guys just have it in liquid wealth because you know, booze and hookers.
I intend to become an immortal and transcend petty things like small shacks into
Which
Then
is
bigger
why
stop-
that you
things.
spend all
Then
of your
stop
money now
calling
on
my
those.
farm yours.
It's
Oh, man.
it's the royal us refers to you, but also the rest of us. How it works, right?
What patriarchy fuckery is this?
I don't know. I always knew you were royalty. It's true.
Yeah, so you guys pressing down through, you can see in the next room, this 20 by 20 foot room, there's an iron barred area. It looks like like a giant cell on one side of the room. That is closed. No one's inside it at the moment.
At the moment, I don't like that phrasing.
At the moment.
I mean, you could be inside of it if you want to be.
Don't.
Don't let your dreams be memes.
And if you were a bard, he'd be a bard to bard. It's awesome.
Ah.
Remember, you guys chose him for your group.
I don't know if we chose him. He just kind of showed up one day.
It's all on
All right. Shall we mosey on? I
you.
mean,
Yeah,
it-
moseying on. You guys come to a room where there's just the odor of like animal kind of odor. Yeah, it's a little stronger again, but it's not
I mean,
not troglodyte odor this time.
Oh, thank God.
before we head on too far, just do a quick check of the bard prison cell. Make sure there's no like, sneaky hiddenness. That's
Is that 15?
Yeah, that's in 15.
That it's a bard cell that's currently empty?
Yeah, there's iron bars across the length of it, north to south. So the hallway just goes past it, but where the 15 is, in that 20 by 10 foot section, there's literally iron bars and then a locked gate.
I'll check it out. 14.
Yeah, it's definitely locked. You
Locked, all right.
Yeah, don't see a key anywhere, but definitely locked. And you think you see some mechanisms that run from the ceiling over to the wall at the top of the door. Like, if the door was opened and you went inside, you think that maybe someone could close the door from not in this room?
It leads forward to where we're going, or back where we came?
This doesn't block your passage. This is literally just to the side of the passage. So
Oh
if you
yeah,
look
no.
where
As far as like where it's the activation, if it was.
Oh,
out
the
of this
activation
room.
is in beyond a wall that you have not gone to the other side of yet.
I see.
Oh.
Okay.
okay. So nothing too fancy, but
Nothing too fancy. Which means that you would come down into 16 as you're approaching it. And that kind of small, that strong odor, but it's not. It's hard to place because it's not as musky as you'd imagine, but it's definitely animal-like. And you can see there's two giant iron rings embedded in a iron spike that goes down deep into the stonework with a long chain attached to it that's like each chain link is like your hands cupped around, like they're literally like 4 or 5 inches across, and each the actual metal making it up is like 1.5 inches on each link.
holy shit.
Like they're big size chains.
Yeah.
And you can see the endpoint is this 3-part, like 3 separate linked together with chains collar, but like 3 different collars in a line with you guys could easily crawl through each of the collars, and you can see there's some like straw on the ground, but the room is actually colder than everywhere else in this place has been. And you can see there's like some half-eaten deer in the corner that don't smell at all because the bodies are completely frozen.
There's some sort of ghostly ice Cerberus in this room. What the fuck?
It is 3 collars, but they're not. They don't all. They're all in line with one another, so they're not. It's not the collars are next to each other. It's like something had to be collared in 3 places.
I was gonna say it sounds more like multiple bindings per. It's like when you have one handcuff on one wrist and then another handcuff on
Yeah.
another wrist and then one handcuff on your leg and then another handcuff on your other leg.
And these are big cuffs too.
But there's no evidence of the creature currently present.
No, not here in this room. But there's definitely what it was eating is here in this room. It's definitely frozen solid.
Lovely.
Are they broken or are they just opened?
They're chewed on, like something was chewing on a frozen popsicle.
Oh.
I think he's talking about the manacles.
Oh,
yeah,
the
yeah,
manacles
yeah.
are thick steel.
But do they look
They're
like
also
there's been any
cold.
damage, like they were broken through,
No,
or
They do
okay?
not look like they're broken through.
Just opened up. Okay. Looks like something big being kept in here, but looked like it had to fight its way out.
What do you think happened?
Left a meal though. Not typical. Unless they were out in a hurry, but
Weird. Maybe she, Elwyn, brought it into the other room with her?
certainly a possibility, I gotta imagine. Anything I'm getting any kind of sense, magic wise through my detection?
You definitely get the feeling that there's magic in use in this room, but it's all faint. Nothing's active in this room. There's definitely elements left over of magic, though.
Is it kind of just trail off as it goes forward into the next area?
No, more like it bleeds throughout the whole room. There's been a lot of magic used in this room, but it's all like the leftover fragments of it. So it's more than one spell, and over lots of lengthy time periods. You can just see wisps of old magic hanging around.
Wisps. Okay.
Maybe something that bounds the creature?
Possible, yeah.
Something fucky.
Are we able to identify the school?
No, because it's more than just one spell.
Oh, okay. Okay, we
Lots of magic has been used here. It's
lots
all
of
kind
okay,
melded together.
got it.
Rose.
Well,
Whatever it is, haven't been here for a little bit, so.
Yeah. Does it smell? Can you smell
There is, like I said, there's an odor here, but it's not. It's like an animal odor, but it's not as musky as you'd expect an animal odor to be.
it? Hmm. Okay.
can I
Sure.
roll, like a survival? See if I can like maybe estimate what kind of creature this was,
Yep.
or even maybe how old this deer carcass is. To see.
Yeah. No, you can examine the scene with your knowledge survival to get you a better idea.
6 plus trace. 10.
Yeah. So, based on like the bite marks, which look reptilian but a large jaw, you think there was a large reptile of some sort stored here. That might also match the smell too.
Lovely.
Rose.
Right.
It's like being in a reptile house at a zoo. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that odor.
Yeah, it's a strange odor.
Yeah, because it's clearly animal-like, but you're like, it's not musky the way, say, like a bunch of like mammal carnivores would be.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's
Sure.
the smell. That's what this room is like.
Mm,
That's
And distinctly
16.
not draconic. Like
Well,
that-
it might
I
be
don't-
draconic. He doesn't have enough input. He doesn't see any scales or anything like that, and the stone room means that he wouldn't see any like scratch marks from claws because the stone's strong enough to not easily get scratched by the claws.
or
What about like offal or other remains?
So it does look like who's ever keeping the animal here had been cleaning up after it. So there's no, there is no waste stuff lying around. It looks like it's been cleaned.
In wild. Who
Yep.
cleans up after a dragon?
Probably the automatons.
Possible.
That's what I'd use.
Not have to do it yourself.
I would absolutely use robots to clean my dragon poop for me.
Gross.
In fact, Eleanor's gonna take out a small notebook, and make a mental note, because, well, I don't like the idea of making like people work for that kind of stuff. Eleanor's not sure how she feels about making robots do it. We'll dwell on that later.
Yeah, if we go far enough in the campaign, we'll circle back to this conversation.
A note was made.
A note was made.
Just saying.
Alright.
Yeah, so that's this room. You think there had been a large animal stored here real recently, like the animal real recent, and it involves cold.
Was this the
Yeah.
the 16 or the 17, 18?
This is 16.
Um,
It's that I included 17, 18 because like it's right around the corner, so I didn't want to have to drop another map.
right. I suppose in an effort to be thorough about it, would perhaps investigate the room as far as possible.
You guys can make a
And the
check.
16A, I'm interested in as well. As we make our
Yeah.
Okay. Let's do it.
So you guys can see light from around the corner because it looks like there's like the equivalent of torchlight coming from multiple places around the corner. And you guys can make your rolls.
quiet.
10.
Yeah.
Keep going with
You
the
do not
10s.
find anything. Oh wait, no, with the 10, yeah, you do actually find some white scales.
Ow.
Whoa.
What does that mean?
In which room?
In 16,
Okay.
because he's doing that final search over room 16.
Uh,
Oh well.
would our characters know what those are?
Yeah, they look like dragon scales.
Okay, yep. Fuck. She's got a dragon.
Dragon? A white dragon?
Yeah.
What do those do again?
Nah, I think this is a black dragon. And I hold it up.
Clearly, albino black dragon. Definitely.
Oh, Jesus.
That can happen?
Yeah. Well, they'd come by and eat all of our albino black sheep all the time. Terrible.
Is that why I never see them?
Yeah.
Eleanor's eyes are just wide, not with fear, but with the utter titillation at the notion of, I wonder if charm works on a dragon.
Oh, Jesus. I'm glad I'm not hearing these thoughts.
Just speaks them out loud. She just speaks her thoughts all the time. It's the
Her eyes are very wide and just heavy breathing as soon as she notices the dragon scale. And at first it looks like it could be from fear, but upon any kind of closer examination, it is just like, I'm gonna get a dragon. This is it.
Flarth pays attention.
I've been waiting for this moment the whole time.
So it's gonna be okay, Eleanor. The dragon's not
Everything's been
here.
building up to this moment.
Eleonora, is not the spell called charm person?
You forget I am naturally charming. I don't know what charm person you speak of. I don't know how to cast that. I am just naturally charming. We've been over this.
He just kind of gives you that flat stare look, like, right. Well, in the event that it doesn't sway him to our side, perhaps, and he pulls out 4 scrolls. These scrolls of prevention against frost damage might just maybe possibly come in handy.
I look over at Linus. I guess our word for charming is the elf's word for intimidating.
Sure. And he let me double check. the duration on resist element?
I think it's a fine idea if if worst comes to worst, and given we got our friend on speaker over the top of us here, it's probably
We're dragon.
the conditioning skills I gotta imagine are pretty good, given the cleanliness of the cell, or keep whatever. Not really a cell for the protagonist, but just a
He
room.
doesn't know that.
Just a room.
Got to break free. You deserve better.
Break free.
I could show you the world, shining, shimmering, splendid.
That's the creepiest tone I think Eleanor has ever made.
It sounds like Cartman. Is what it sounds like.
And this adds up for Eleanor, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're gonna be casting Resist Cold is the one you're talking about?
I'm thinking about it.
Now, the way Resist Cold works is it's not a target. It's one target, you cast it on, and then all creatures within 30 feet of that, within you, because it's cast on yourself, all creatures within 30 feet of you can withstand freezing temperatures without harm. In addition, they gain a +2 benefit on all saving throws against cold attacks, and any damage from cold is reduced by 2 points per your level.
Sweet.
So in this case, it'd be -14 damage. But that effect moves with you, and it lasts an hour.
Let's do one of those. That sounds like a great idea. I'm gonna read that off. So,
Oh
in
boy.
a deep, incanting voice, he reads
Linus
off
is doing something again.
the spell, and you feel a warm presence settle over
Ew.
the area.
Fod.
And then the parchment burns up as if made by, what was that flammable parchment paper stuff the magicians use?
Flash paper?
Flash paper? Yeah, that stuff.
Yeah. Whoosh. Yeah, no, that seems worth it.
Yeah.
That was neat, but did it do anything?
Yes. Well, hopefully, once we get in further, and in the event we encounter a dragon that breathes frost stuff at you, you will notice a difference.
Huh.
Shape of goblin ears. They're pointy.
You say so.
Do appreciate it.
All right. So, what's the plan now that he's just cast Resist Frost, and you guys are pretty sure there's a white dragon nearby?
I suppose How many scales is it? And
You just found 2.
That sword we have. How confident are we feeling in just giving it a shot, or should we?
Go for it. Not my kind of weapon, though.
Nor mine.
yeah, unfortunately,
Stop your voice.
Feeling very confident with this new spell on me.
I mean, the 2 elves, like, I think you guys already have probably better weapons, but you both know how to use a sword.
And this doesn't seem like this is what we would call an upgrade.
No.
Okay.
If you already have a magic weapon, then this is not an upgrade, it's just a +1 weapon.
Yeah, we all have magic weapons that are
Oh,
at least.
does
Dark of the Lester?
Yes.
He in fact has a magic spear, and he in fact has weapon training in spear.
Beautiful.
Oh, there you go.
And then little S.
He's really good at daggers and already.
Little
has
S
many
is
daggers
really
with
good
him.
at dagger and already has a +1 dagger. Okay, I'm just making. We're about to go try and make best friends with the dragon. I just want to make sure we're prepared.
Kill the dragon.
No, we're making friends with the dragon. We kill the bitch who's trapped us in here, and do whatever you want to feel better about the situation. But the dragon is an innocent victim in all of this. We don't need to hurt the dragon.
I hope we don't have to. We might not have a choice, but we'll see.
Majestic baby.
Yeah. So the group has searched out that area. Didn't find anything else other than the scales. Did you want to press on towards 1718?
Wouldn't
So the walls have a lot of wall hangings. In fact, in 17 and 18, they have really thick wall hangings in each of those insets. There are candles lit, so it's not that there were torches for the torchlight. It's that there's literally these big, tall candles that are lit. They look like they were recently lit. In fact, they may have been lit when you guys entered this compound.
No, and we haven't been quiet exactly.
I mean,
Well,
she knows we're here.
Yeah,
So
so
there's
she lit the
no
area
doubt
up for you.
about that. Oh, it was very nice of her.
Yeah.
More easy to stab you.
And the one in 17, the tapestry depicts a series of scenes involving a woman in bright yellow robes with a drawn sword in hand. Like basically on a series of like conquest things where she's like gaining things and gaining followers by killing people and like overthrowing small villages.
Nice, lovely.
And then the one on 18 depicts a woman in a lavender robe kneeling at an altar. She's flanked by 6 men wearing black robes and armed with maces. They're standing at attention, and the glint of metal armor can be seen underneath their robes.
Woman in lavender with harem.
And you can see at the far end of this, it looks kind of like a...
Woman in yellow, girl bossing. Like low-key Eleanor's kind of the woman in yellow. Is her hair long and blonde? Does it look like I could easily alter this tapestry in my own image?
That might not be so hard to do. Yeah,
I would like
it
to
would take some
take
skill,
the
but it could be
tapestry.
done.
I have money. I can pay somebody. I'm gonna meet a wonderful Etsy shop owner who will just be more than ecstatic to do this for me. Is there a way for me to take down this tapestry?
Yes, but you may want to do it on your way out rather than right now. Because they're
I would
pretty heavy.
say they're large and bulky. It's like carrying a rug with you.
Yeah, they're easily like 25, 30 pounds.
Can I cut it down so that if we have to book it on the way out, I can like grab
Yeah,
it
you
and
can cut
run?
them down and start rolling them up right now if you would like.
Yeah, like just getting it prepped and ready.
Yeah, okay. So Eleanor is beginning to remove these tapestries from the wall, and like her and Little S, and she's having Sark help her, like are rolling these tapestries up into basically 8-foot tall, 8-foot long rolled up carpets, effectively.
Holy.
I just need the one.
Oh, you don't want which one did you want to take?
The one in yellow that looks like she's girl
The
bossing.
17?
Close to the...
Yeah.
Yeah, because lavender, as lavender is a pretty color, it's not my color. I prefer autumnal tones, so like oranges,
Got
etc.
it. Okay. that makes sense.
Jewel tones, not like lavender is a little too soft, and so it's more Brother Linus's color. I also can see you having a harem of men that you raised from the dead. Don't think I haven't seen you doing that fucking weird necromancy bullshit. Like.
Linus hasn't engaged in necromancy. You've engaged in necromancy.
Oh, that's right. Sorry,
I
wrong
mean,
character.
she's projecting.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm getting my clerics mixed up. My apologies.
I could see Eleanor turning out to be a Republican. That would make sense.
Rude. You take that back right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're rolling that up. What's the rest of the group doing while she and her minions are rolling up a tapestry?
Search the rest of the room.
All right. So there's that. You can see that 20-foot wide, like long gallery leading up to the next series of rooms, where you can see in the dim candlelight looks like some sort of altar.
But we don't see a mischievous thief.
Not yet. No.
He's in the wall.
I'm hoping I'm still detecting magic. I'm looking out. I'm looking at those
You
tapestries
in fact
too. Did the tapestry? I wasn't able to prevent Eleanor from immediately ripping one down, but were the tapestries magical at all?
No, the tapestry's not magic. Now your detect magic really only goes out so far. So you from the area where you're at 17 and 18, you can't actually see all the way down to 21 with detect magic.
They're actually just rugs of smothering, I think is what it is. And as soon as Eleanor pulls it down,
Don't hate me because you ain't me.
Just wrapped up in the rug like a fucking mafia, like.
Yeah.
So what do we see at 19 and 20?
You have not gone up into them yet. You're still down at 17 and 18.
Yeah.
The angles are not great for seeing what's up there.
Got it.
The people were still hanging out down here.
Like completely open on the hallway. Yeah. No,
Yeah.
like things to kind of work between.
Nope.
I figure like we're not gonna be able to hide maybe so effectively, but if defensively to do something, but suppose not. Well, I suppose once finish up with the tapestry rolling up, I think it's time to get in formation, perhaps, and move down together.
All right. The group begins moving down.
We take a look at the room while the tapestries are being rolled up. We didn't really notice anything, right?
So anyone with the alertness skill can make that roll right now.
What is it? 1d6?
2d6 plus your wisdom plus your alertness ranks. Which, if you look in your character sheet, it actually just tells you the total number to roll. So it's probably like a +3 or something like that. +2, +3.
I don't have the alertness skill, but I do have a good wisdom, and I was just going to do it while Eleanor is poking around.
Nope.
Okay.
This is a specific thing that people with alertness get to make a roll on.
Fair enough.
So I'll roll for little s because little s has alertness, and then do you want me to roll for Sark?
Does he have alertness?
Yes, he does.
Yeah, he makes the roll.
Delightful.
D6 plus 2.
Yeah, 6 or better on 2d6.
Little s got an 8. Sark got an 8 as well.
Sweet. And neither of them is surprised then when
Oh boy.
from behind you,
Lo and behold.
from behind you, coming around the corner, is a large white dragon, and stalking beside it is a woman in well-fitted plate mail armor, a shield, and a mace, holding it out, and you can see the big holy symbol of Leptar. It is Elwyn the Ardent herself, the prophetess of domination.
Before she has a chance to say or do anything,
And then
hold
she's
person.
the one. Yeah, she's the one who got surprised on you.
Ah, damn it.
Yeah, I know. So everyone can roll initiative, but the only ones who are going to get to act this round are Little S and Sark.
Initiative is just Dex, right?
Yep.
You're rolling in Team B chat.
I
Yes.
totally did.
Oh, yeah, I was just rolling in combat myself.
Let me. Can I delete
Elwyn's
that?
on a 6, Dragon's on a 4.
No, the mana and bag were.
Yeah, I put it in the
right.
right chat. Yeah.
Oh, it's 2d6, 1d6, 1d6.
Oh,
Can
I'll pretend that never happened. All right, 1d20.
can I keep one of my 2 6s for? I mean,
It's 1d20 for initiative.
No,
or is-
1d6 plus your Dex modifier.
Oh, it's 1d6. I'm not good at this.
I think people keep saying the wrong things, and it's making me confused.
there's a lot of dice that get rolled in various quantities in this game.
Yeah, that's not good.
It used to just be the 1d6 rolled on each side. But people like being able to have their own roll.
Do I need a roll for little s?
Little S, and unless you want to have them have on a separate one, Little S and Sark would assume to use yours.
But they weren't surprised.
They're not
Okay,
surprised.
got it. They're not surprised, but
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So, yep, we'll just keep them on a 3.
That means we have Elwyn going slightly first. As she is acting, she gives a cackle and something about how I have you in my trap now. Return the bells. And she is going to hold her hands up and intone a deep, horrifying sounding spell as she unleashes a wave of paralysis.
Oh, delightful.
So, everyone gets to make a saving throw versus paralysis. which is
Rounds?
fortunately not one of the worst ones. That's just a d20 plus your paralysis number.
Hey, not bad. Well.
Eleonora. Stark is.
So, Gabe,
Stark
you are
is-
not. And if you remember, Cure Light Wounds can get used to remove paralysis as well.
Cure Light Wounds. Okay.
Yeah. So instead of
Let's-
healing, you can use it to remove paralysis.
Good.
So
That
I
ain't
rolled a
happening.
15, I rolled a 12, and then little S rolled d20 plus 4. Ooh, little S rolls an 8.
All right. So it looks like Blarth and Brother Linus are not paralyzed. Everyone else is paralyzed.
Everyone, damn, that's a high.
So you don't want to roll high, you want to roll low?
You want to roll high.
What did... Okay.
I
Yeah,
rolled
Blarth
23.
rolled a 23.
Yeah.
You want to
No,
roll
I know.
16 or better.
16 or better, okay.
Yeah. Here's the thing with all saving throws are 16 or better. So your number increases, but it's always a target number of 16 or better.
Got it.
It means that if you were a normal human, you basically just had to roll a 16 or better on a d20.
Brutal.
Brutal indeed.
Yep. And then the dragon bounds up to Blarth because he's still moving. And this is not the brightest of dragons, so it's based on movement. Blarth tries to bite you.
No. I
You
refuse.
can tell it no.
You may not.
Just no.
Go bite someone else over there. Where's the dragon? There's the dragon.
So is everybody with Blarth and
Linus.
Linus?
I'm also free.
All right. Here's my bite. I got AC 25. This thing, however, is fortunately for you just small enough that it can be deflected. So I imagine you're going to want to try to deflect.
Yeah, absolutely.
You could also get bit. I mean, I don't mind biting you.
Once again, this is. Can't disarm it because it's a bite. How would you do deflecting again?
D20 plus your death rate save. As long as you can get a 16 or better, you literally deflect it and it doesn't hit you.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
That, however, is, I don't believe, enough.
No. So
No.
it bite you for 5 damage.
5 damage. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, like this dragon. This is the smallest dragon you guys have seen, I believe. it's a large white dragon. I don't think you had seen any of the new hatchborns, but you'd seen ones larger than this that were white before. This is a probably less than only like a couple years old, maybe like 3 or 4 years old tops.
Anything else happen from this bite, or is it just a bite?
That was just a bite.
Okay.
It moved up, got in a position, and it bit you. This dragon does not seem very competent. Like it doesn't have that look of like I'm a smart dragon who could talk to you look in its eyes. It looks more like I'm an animal that knows how to breathe something.
Okay.
Okay.
That's me for the round. So now we have 2 people who were paralyzed. So they eat up a round of their 3 rounds of being paralyzed right now. So Stark and Lil S, and then we have the top of the next round. Eleonora is going to move up to engage Blarth.
Say what? You mean Elwyn?
Elwyn. I'm sorry, Elwyn.
Oh, no.
Getting these L names mixed up.
It's finally happening. No,
We knew it was going to happen sooner or later. Yeah, so Elwyn moves up to try to strike at you because she saw that you were trying to block. She doesn't want you to hurt her baby.
No.
Are you lawful?
Hmm?
Are you lawful? Or are you neutral or chaotic?
I am neutral.
Fortunately for you, he doesn't get the extra bonuses for hitting lawful person.
A sadistic maniac.
Do you still have any blocks left? The deflects. I don't know how many deflects that you get
You
around.
can get 2 as a fighter, right? At this
With
point,
his-
with
maybe
your skill.
with weapon skill, he might have
Skill
2. Yeah.
deflect. It has a number 2,
There you
Yeah,
go. You get
do
2
it.
of them.
so I can try it again.
Yeah. You may attempt to deflect her mace. Which, by the way, felt
Can
like it was being
I-
swung with way more force than normal.
Deflect and disarm this.
No, a disarm is you taking your action on your turn. Deflect is you
Oh,
trying
okay.
to not get hit on their turn.
I see. Wacha!
Yes, you managed to deflect it. So
Ha
her mace, which she has cast the spell Striking, and she's trained in mace, does not in fact do the damage that it would have done. Good. Also, because you didn't get hit, you don't have to roll for being stunned, because mace gives stunning on medium-sized people when you have enough weapon training in it. So I failed to stun you as well.
Delightful.
That's pretty good. That's nice to have.
Yeah, no, you avoided lots of potential problems right there. That is me done. Up next is Gabe. What did you get for your?
I rolled a
Initiative.
4. I'm slow.
Then you probably beat out the dragon. I imagine you had an actual bonus on that number.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you get to beat out the dragon. Blarth, what initiative are you on?
I had a 2, and Eleanor had a 2, but
Okay.
I was
I had
the
a 3.
actual 2. I thought you had a 1.
Are you talking about my total roll?
Your
No,
total
yeah,
roll
just
was
the total.
2.
Just the total. I'm just carrying about the total.
Yeah, I rolled a 3 total.
Okay.
Okay, I'm at a 2.
So, Gabe, you're up. You're not engaged by a dragon or Elwyn, but that can change because the dragon's uncomfortably close to you.
Yep. Terrify.
All right, you're casting an offensive spell. You're not trying to unfreeze one of the other people.
If this works, I'll have plenty of time to unfreeze one of the other people.
If I like that part. Actually, I don't like that part.
Artiago can't say anything. Just, get me out of this.
So you're using the first level spell Terrify?
Yep.
All right. Roll me a 1d4.
For targets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You might only get one.
Is it supposed to terrify them or us?
I also terrify myself and
Yeah, and the party.
The party is also terrified because Jesus fucking Christ.
They're all terrified. What?
Yeah. So Gabe, you can affect it with 4 targets, and I get to make some saving throws.
Saving throws.
There's Owen, the dragon, and the tapestry.
yeah. Flies away.
Spooky tapestry.
The things we do. Yeah, the dragon does not nearly have as good a save as it would want to have.
Good.
Tame a dragon anyway. Like it bit me, and I'm like, what? I feel like that helps, right?
Holy shit!
Can you not?
So the dragon manages to resist it exactly on the nose by rolling a 14 with its only +2 bonus versus spells. Let's see if I can repeat that with Elwyn.
Please don't. Just asking you nicely here.
It's like, I don't ask for a lot, Andrew. Like, in our friendship, I'm not begging you all the time for things, but like, this time, in this moment.
Saving
Do
throws.
me solid.
I feel like the elf is probably going to be pretty good at resisting being feared, but maybe that's just my own race bias showing.
She's not an elf. She's just a really attractive human.
With a name like Elwyn, that's appropriation.
God damn it! Even on the natural die.
Cool.
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 Yep. That worked out exactly as planned. 100%.
Yeah.
Yep.
Great.
I'm gonna step up and try and position myself between Blarth and everything.
All right.
Yeah.
So are you gonna basically be positioned near Blarth to try to like get the dragon like away from looking at the frozen people?
Yeah.
All right. So, Blarth, you're up.
Yes. I'll.
Oh wait, no, dragon's up.
Ah.
So dragon now has an extra person here, so he's going to bite claw at Blarth, and he's going to claw at Gib.
All right. I guess I just have to kind of take these ones, huh?
Yep.
Does an AC 19 hit you?
It does not.
I have an AC. It says 22/19 on it.
So 22 means that for like the first 2 or 3 hits, your AC is much higher. So I missed you with the bite, and I miss you with the claw, and then Gib, I'm trying to hit you with the claw, and I miss.
Sweet.
And yeah, Blarth, you're up.
Hey. I'd actually like to throw a dagger at the lady here.
So you're engaged in melee right now with the dragon.
So I can't really throw over it without getting like fucked up. Okay.
Well, you can do it, but you're gonna have a penalty for throwing in melee because you're literally in melee with the dragon. And she has cover from you because it's a dragon is between you and her.
But it's so tiny. Yeah. Okay.
Could he back up and then do it?
If he wanted to remove himself from it, the dragon could sacrifice its next turn to attack him as he pulled away, but that's up to the dragon to decide.
I guess we're fighting a dragon. All right, we're gonna go in with my sword then on the dragon.
Do this
With a quick
so,
stabbing motion.
If you're not moving, remember I made the rules for 2 attacks be that if you didn't move, you can take your full attack. So in this case, you'll have 2 attacks around.
That's cool. And then it is not undead, so it's a +1, and this is attack bonus is +10.
Yeah, so that's the total. I actually figured it out. You're just doing a d20 plus 10.
D20 +10. That's pretty nice.
Yeah, and you get 2 of those.
Okay. Here's the first one. Ha! 16.
That's my armor class. You hit.
Okay, and then it is. Trying to do exclamation point. 10 plus dose. So I'm stabbing for it. I'm trying to, if I can stab it in the face in like a critical spot, I would love to. If I don't know, we'll see where it goes. I feel like it is pretty good
12
there.
damage. That's great.
And then
Crit. That's 10, baby.
And then when I pull it back, I'm gonna do a quick slash horizontally. Oh my god.
That hits. Exactly.
Oh my god, what the...
Well done.
I know how to hit a dragon.
Sid's demonstrating why, he does in fact have class fighter.
That is good.
Not as good, but still you did 17 damage to a dragon in 1 round.
That was better.
Cool. Yeah, the dragon's really badly hurt. He looks upset.
I'm gonna go roar at it.
Yeah. All right, next round.
And we're just down on the ground until something happens?
Yes.
Okay.
Elwyn's gonna move, so she's next to the dragon, so she can strike at the cleric now.
Fair enough.
Are you lawful?
No, I don't think I am.
I don't get the special benefit, and you have better than AC 15.
I do.
So I miss you. All right. I think it's Brother Linus and then the dragon.
All right. Reach over and drop a. There's no good acronym for Cure Light Wounds.
ELW?
You could just say CLW is the exact same length, though. In terms of
That's
syllables. But yeah, drop a Cure Light Wounds on. Is Eleonora or Asiago closer?
They're both at the same distance, so it wouldn't be. It would. You guys were all walking abreast in the hallway, so I would imagine that one's on the other side of the other, so it's not really a far distance.
Okay. Well. Blindly fling a hand out, and Eleonora. Be
Eleonora,
healed!
you'll be able to act as normal on your initiative when it comes up. You're no longer paralyzed.
Cool.
Dragon gets to go now. Dragon is tired of being hurt because he got real hurt bad, and you hurt him real bad. And he's hurt real bad, and when a dragon's hurt real bad, it breathes.
Oh, nice.
So, if everyone would make a saving throw versus breath weapon.
Nice.
Fortunately, however, you have a +2 on this one because of your fine friend, and you may or not take any damage at all.
Breath weapon. Only
Ooh.
+6.
Damn.
Good roll. Also decent enough roll.
Breath weapon.
Yeah, so everyone in the group gets to make the breath weapon. That includes Little S and Sark.
Right.
They all get a +2 bonus though because Brother Linus actually did prep some spells for this.
Am I getting +2 in addition to the plus that I currently have?
You're getting your normal plus and then a +2 on top.
Okay, so I get +10 total.
Yeah.
Alright. Okay. One.
I think only Asiago's the only one who's
Plus.
not made it.
Like fucking last two rolls have been 1 and 2.
Dragons with 2, so +4 for this is for Sark. And then the 20 +5 for Little S.
Yeah, so anyone who makes it's going to take half damage, but you're
So
also minusing 14 from it. So,
Whoa.
Anyone who failed the save takes 3 damage.
that's
Anyone
anything
who makes
under
the save
16?
takes 1 damage.
Oh, one damn.
Is that
Do
16 or
we-
lower or higher?
You want to be 16 or better. So I
16 or
believe
better.
everyone except Jay made it. But Jay has a resistance from frost going because of Blooded Linus, so he's taking 3 damage. Everyone else is taking 1.
That's
30.
crazy helpful at the moment.
Yeah, and only because I literally rolled near maximum on damage dice.
Or else we wouldn't have taken any, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. If I'd rolled a 14 or less, he would have taken no damage. Even on a failure.
Golly gee.
That was the dragon. So now we're on to Eleonora in this case, actually, because she's up and about.
Beautiful. I'm really tempted to just cast Fireball
Ah,
because I feel like that will solve a fair amount of our problems, but it also might not. So I'm open to. Plan
mean,
B is Charm Person on
you could throw a
Elwyn.
fireball down the hallway such that it would hit just the dragon and Elwyn.
Any objections? Because if so, my
Nope.
plan B is try and charm Elwyn. But I'm a bigger fan of Fireball right now because fuck this bitch.
Yeah, Fireball sounds great.
So I would like to in Elvish because I doubt
Yeah,
she
Elwyn
understands.
was actually trying to kill all of you. Like her clear plan was to kill all of you quickly as possible.
I guess I'm gonna say something witty about. I think. I don't know. I see hot. I don't know. Fireball. Fuck you, Fireball. That's my spicy
Yeah.
thing.
That's your witticism. Fuck you, Fireball.
right.
I mean, it's a good one.
I mean, what do I roll? I think you roll saves, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna roll saves, and then you can roll the damage right now. You're rolling 66 damage.
66. Oh, that's garbage. Stop it.
Oh my god, those ones.
Okay, so both Eleonora and the dragon made it. The one thing you notice is that the fires wicked over them not very well at all. Because Elwyn had cast a resist fire earlier.
Of course.
I mean, she did see us casting fireballs. So.
Fair.
So yeah, that means that neither of them is taking any damage from that. But
Got it.
the white dragon theoretically would have taken damage.
Yeah, because he's vulnerable.
Yeah. All right.
I think that's all I can do, right?
You can move if you want.
I guess I.
Right now, you guys are all
I'm
on
not-
the same side of the dragon and Elwyn.
Can I get within whipping distance of Elwyn?
You're already basically in whipping distance of Elwyn.
Can I shimmy so that I'm not like directly in like a blast radius? Like, can we stagger the formation a little
You
bit?
wanted to try to get past her and go down back toward kind of angle down the hallway a little bit to give yourself some more room. You could do that. That you're basically just going to maneuver, so you're no longer in the group. You're in line then with the dragon and Elwyn, but you can still then use your whip next turn. But you're not going to be in line with the rest of the group in case of another dragon blast going off.
Okay, then I would like to split the party so that I am flanking the dragon with Blarth,
Okay.
but within whipping range of Elwyn. So, because I'm planning on tackling that hoe next turn.
All right, awesome.
I think that was my
And
last fireball.
This is the Blarth's now going to get to go, and at this point it'll be the second full round of paralysis, meaning the paralysis is only going to last the next turn.
Okay.
So Blarth, you're up.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back in for another stab on this dragon.
Putting the hurt on.
Gonna have to happen. I'm sorry, dragon. It's your owner's fault, not your fault. And it's plus 10. 'Cause- Nice. That should definitely do it. Almost made the AC without the plus.
Oh yeah, it's only 16, so.
The 10 plus 2.
Yeah, you only have to roll a 6 or better to hit this thing.
Should just roll a d12 in this case, because. Okay.
Wow.
7. Wham with the first one. How's it looking?
Looking pretty hurt. I mean, you're the only one who's really done damage to it thus far, so. It's bloodied now. You've done more than half its hit points.
Okay. Well, I get 2 attacks because I haven't done anything else. I want to intimidate it, but I don't think it's ready for that yet. 10. Nope.
And that is just a miss.
I'm getting a little tired here, guys. I could use a hand.
Yeah, sliding off its scales a bit. All right. Top of the round, that is Elwyn, who does not like that Eleonora has snuck around the backside of her and her dragon.
Bitch, I didn't sneak.
So she's gonna step
I'm here
up.
to run a fucking fade.
I do what I want.
Yeah, so she's here to step up, but as she does that, she's moving towards you, but she doesn't actually. She's moving along the side of the dragon, and when she gets up near you, she actually intones a spell. She reaches over and touches the dragon to heal it.
Rude.
Let's get some healing on the dragon.
No.
I heal it for 23 points.
Oh my god. What the fuck?
Builds character.
No, that you have that confused with it makes us build new characters. It's a different concept, and I'm not here for it. I did not sign up for that.
We've been over this.
I mean, Brother Linus can cast that spell.
Yeah, but then I won't get to cast fun things like other spells.
Yeah, so I removed almost all the injuries that Blarth had done on the dragon. But not quite. It's still a little hurt from Blarth. Yeah, so that's her. She's finished. It is now Brother Linus and then the dragon.
start needing to make more of these. Because Brother Linus is wearing a quick access harness for his scrolls, because paired that way. He's going to pull out one of his stun scrolls and cast it on.
You're not going to try to do a Cure Light Wounds on Asiago to get Asiago up around early?
Nope, he made that mistake with me, and I failed.
Sorry,
Sorry, Asiago.
Elves have failed me. Oh wait, I mean if he would get to go this round, then yeah.
Yeah, no, he would totally get to go this round versus waiting an entire extra round to go.
Okay, cool. Then yeah, no, I'll get him up.
All right.
I thought his initiative was before mine.
No, his initiative is, I believe, after yours, isn't it?
It's pretty late. It's yeah. I'm usually the last. I
Yeah.
got 3.
Yeah. Which actually means that yeah, right after he goes, the dragon gets to go, and then it'll be you and Eleanor. Asiago and Eleanor get to go right after that. So the dragon now gets to go. The dragon kind of wants vengeance on Blarth because he heard it real bad.
He hasn't learned yet.
Yeah,
Okay.
so he's gonna try to bite you. No. He's gonna try to claw you. No.
It's pretty weak
He's gonna try
now.
to claw you. No. The dragon's really upset right now.
Oh,
Mostly
poor
at Blarth.
baby.
Mostly at Blarth.
Poor baby.
I mean, it's trying
Now, would dragons count as, especially a dragon of this caliber, count as an animal for the purposes of like charm animal or fascinate animal?
You want to find out?
I think that's a no.
I'm gonna go ahead and say that animals aren't classified as dragons.
Well, I mean, they
in
might
older
be.
editions of D&D, it kind of depends, but I
Yeah.
wouldn't go with it.
Oh, there's also the point that this dragon is kind of dumb. So maybe.
So it's not really charm animal; it's just charm stupid.
Yeah,
I was
exactly.
gonna say. It's worked for Eleonora so far, so.
Clearly. All right. Well.
Yeah, the dragon isn't actually smarter than an animal. It's incapable of speaking or using spells, and it has an intelligence of 5. Meaning it'd be creepily intelligent as an animal goes, but it's not like reading or writing or anything like that, or talking. And mostly it's like a child, and it's just angry, and it's lashing out at the person who hurt it really bad.
Fair.
It knows who hurt it.
It knows what you did.
Yeah, that is now Asiago and Eleonora get to go.
Asiago, why don't you take a whack at it?
Sure. Well, let's see. As far as positioning is concerned, so she moved up right next to him, right?
You have reach with your weapon,
Yes.
so from where you're at, you could hit the dragon. You would have to move a little bit in order to hit Elwyn.
Okay.
Basically, Blarth, you're not directly behind Blarth from the dragon, but you're off to one side from Blarth from the dragon.
Okay.
You want to reach over it with your.
If I was to move over to position myself to attack Elwyn, would it be behind anybody, or would it pretty much just be like?
You'd be moving right next to Eleonora.
Okay.
Battle buddies.
I love that idea. So.
Yeah, that means you're going to be right next to the dragon and offset from Elwyn, but you have reach, so that's why you're able to just like step up next to Eleonora and reach Elwyn.
Okay, and with that, I would love to attack with the Crescent Moon of Silencing.
With the fireball. What?
Right on top of the party.
Right on top of the party. What could go wrong? Actually, here's the thing. Her having cast resist fire means that you guys would not be that hurt by fireball either.
So what you're saying is I do cast fireball, and I do know the size of the room.
Rare instances. Yeah, we'll strike here. Almost rolled and
Is this the first dragon fight in the campaign? No, or you guys fought a dragon before?
I believe we have fought a smaller black dragon with the pickled
Yeah.
cows and stuff like that. If you
Oh,
remember
right,
that. And pickled cows.
right.
Pickled.
Oh,
Which is why little S has the title
Dragon Slayer.
Dragon
Oh,
Slayer.
right. Right.
Which Asiago could have easily just gotten right now, I think, if he would.
Asiago, you definitely hit. Were you aiming at the dragon or were you aiming at Elwyn?
I was aiming at Elwyn.
Which hits her? 21.
Is the silencing effect just natural to it, or do I have to specifically be going for that?
I have to make a saving throw versus spells or be silenced.
Go for it.
Tanner.
Do you go like silence when you like fucking cast it?
I'm tired of hearing you talk.
That's enough out of you.
That sounds like Asiago, yeah.
That's enough out of you.
Quiet
All
right
that I hear you prowling on, I don't quite like it.
Nah. Simmer down.
Rattling.
Evil prattlings.
And I'm silenced.
Hey.
And I put my finger up to my lips, just shh.
Do you also then roll? You roll in a damage as well for this, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Is it your halberd that silences then?
Yes.
Forgot about that.
I have a
Yeah.
Crescent Moon +1 of silencing.
Yeah.
11 on that one.
Yeah. She's not looking great. You hit her. Yeah.
I suppose that will be mine, so I'll look over to Eleanor for to deliver the finishing blow, maybe.
Let's see here. What's the language on Devastating Touch again? Touch, living creature, 1 round spellcaster, and strength versus death ray, necromantic spell. I would like to use Devastating Touch on her.
Cool.
Right.
So failed saving throw, or save versus death ray.
Yay.
We got
As I caress her face, I want to in Elvish tell her, your baby dragon will soon be mine. I'm gonna give him a good home.
You know, I play the card Baby Dragon. Fucking Yu-Gi-Oh.
So you did have to make an attack roll.
Oh, I do?
Yeah. Each touch that
Effect.
follows normal attack roll.
Okay, sorry, I was reading failed saving. It didn't say anything about an attack roll. Oh, each touch that follows normal attack roll. Okay. What do I, it's just that 1d20?
1d20 plus your base attack plus your strength bonus.
So +6?
Yeah.
Okay.
She manages to not get hit, but your hand is glowing green and you're trying to touch her, and it definitely looks like she does not want to touch that.
Got it.
This will last for 6 rounds, so you get 6. Or is it rounds or minutes out of this? It's actually pretty decent spell.
1 round per spellcaster level. I am level
Yeah.
6, so I'll get 6 rounds.
Yep. So you have this green glowing hand where if you touch someone, like they take necromantic damage and strength loss.
Got it.
That sucks.
Are little S and Sark also free from this bullshit?
They're gonna be free here next round.
this
So next round they get
Okay.
to act as normal.
Got it.
Um,
That's all I can do.
yeah. So it is now. Is that Blart's up now? Yeah, I believe Blart's up.
All right. I guess it's time to be a Dragon Slayer.
Yeah.
Sorry, little guy, but you needed to back down.
Didn't.
16.
16 hits.
really good at hitting it on the nose tonight. All right. Yeah, I'll
Hey,
take it.
hitting on the nose is all you need to do. So I mean, don't
Yep.
complain too much. It's
Oh, not 20. What, 10 plus 2. Ha ha! That is a 9.
9 damage.
How's it looking?
It's looking bloodied now, versus it had gotten healed earlier. So now you're back to being bloodied.
Back to being bloodied again. I actually kind of feel a little bad for the guy, but we're going in.
Yeah, you definitely hit it. I think you hit everyone in the group.
Ah!
I don't think anyone in the group has a 27 armor class.
Nope.
Ha!
That should do another 11 points of damage.
Mm-hmm. Give up, dragon! You've had enough!
It is. You've done a lot of damage to this dragon.
You
Time
don't
to
need to
give
die
up.
for this person. And that'll be it.
Yeah. So now it is top of the next round. Little S and Sark are shaking off the paralysis. They're going to get to act as normal this round. And Elwyn is up. She's silenced, so she can't cast anything. It's unfortunate. I had spells.
Also being chased by my creepy yellow hand.
Yeah.
No,
so
that's me.
she's gonna swing at Eleonora.
All right.
Eleonora is on her shit list right now. Eleonora is not lawful, though, I imagine, right?
No,
Yeah.
not even a
Not
little
even
bit.
a little bit.
Ah. Fucking Flarth out on the sides. Like, are you lawful?
So AC 20, she tries to swing at you.
Don't think so.
21, I should say. 21. I rolled a 20.
Oh,
I don't know why I said
21. 21 will hit. My AC is 19.
All right. Do you have any deflects or anything like that with your weapon up?
I don't believe so.
Yeah, I don't think whip gets deflects unless you had a shield.
No. I do technically have a shield, but I was trying to use the devastating touch, so that doesn't
Oh,
make
right.
sense.
Got it. That makes sense. So she does hit you. She's not doing as much as she could, but she's still doing some decent damage. That is... Yep, okay. Like, this hits you like a ton of bricks.
Oof. It is a
'Cause
mighty slap.
she has expert in mace, and she has striking on that. Now,
Got it.
because she hit you, you get to make a saving throw versus death ray.
Hmm.
Or be stunned for 1 round.
20 plus 11.
Because she's literally like hitting you so hard you get jostled and like, you know, your heart skips a beat or you have a concussion.
Mm-hmm.
Something
I
like
don't pass because I rolled a 15.
Yeah, so
Right.
you're literally going to be stunned next round. Well, stunned this round. So you're not doing anything this round. You'll be able to act as normal next round. The stun
Alright.
is just 1 round. You're basically like, what the hell was that?
Right.
You got hit upside the head and you have a little concussion going on right now.
And something like deflect only activates if you're the one being attacked, yeah?
Exactly.
Not if I'm right next.
Yeah. All right.
I took
that
11
is
points of damage.
little brother Linus. But the damage was 11.
Ugh. Okay.
It hit like a ton of bricks. Like she hits the same way that like Asiago hits on the regular.
Yeah.
Okay. With the silence spell up, can I still cast anything?
Yes, because it's just her being silenced. It's not a silence 15-foot radius. It's just a silence on one individual.
Fantastic.
It doesn't last that long, but it lasts, I believe, for a number of rounds. So it's basically until the end of the fight for the most part, unless this fight really drags.
Okay. With my just inherent knowledge of critters, creatures, and other and sundry monster training, would I think I'd be able to cajole, train, or otherwise, potentially befriend a white dragon, or is it basically we're trained
So
to know
in order
that
to befriend
they're...
one in combat, you'd have to use magic. Now,
No, I know,
you
but
could cow or intimidate one using just regular combat stuff. In fact, I think Stid or Asiago probably have the intimidate abilities with their weapons to basically do flourishes to like make it submit.
I don't think I do. How about the shorty?
Don't you have despair technically?
I have deflex, and I have a second attack with a shield, and I have disarm.
I got the 2Ds, 2Ss. I got disarm, deflect, set, and silencing. Fuck, but...
Huh.
So, actually, all weapons can technically do this. It's just easier with if you're skilled or expert. Anyone who's an expert, which I think is 2 of you guys,
I'm expert in halberd.
and I believe he's expert with short sword, can actually affect the dragon based on its hit dice. You can affect up to 8 hit dice. You despair is something that you can just get. You make an attack, but you're basically making an attack to like show it you could just kill it. At which point you're forcing it to do a morale check, and if they fail, they'll literally like either surrender or flee. You're basically just being so terrifying that like they should have pissed themselves or just like surrender. Player characters get saving throws versus this. NPCs and monsters don't.
Excellent.
It's the despair rules in the weapons skill PDF.
Got it.
It's something that all weapons have. It's basically you're just so badass that you're literally are intimidating to people watch you while you're using weapon. You're Bruce Lee with nunchucks.
I'm just gonna start juggling knives. No, I'm kidding. But
Yeah, you're basically making an attack roll, and then you're forcing it, if you hit, to make a morale save.
And Asiago, you gonna try this out?
Certainly. On the
right.
opportunity.
Yeah, because it's damage enough where it has penalties, so like this is the best time to do it, especially since Elwyn can't say anything to stop you.
Great. Let's make sure she extra can't say or do anything. Hold person on her, please.
All right. Oh, I typed that wrong to start with. There we go. I failed. I am held.
Sweet.
So,
Going away, me hearties.
team, well, the dragon gets to act, but yeah, then you guys are going to get to try to do what you want to it. So, Blarth, it's trying to hit you.
Can we write it? I mean, not like right now.
Once it gets large enough, yeah, totally. Like, it's large enough now where you could ride it on the ground. It needs to get a little bigger before you'd be able to fly with it, though.
Dang.
It needs to be size huge before you can really fly with it. Right now, it's size large. You could mount it and have it as be a ground mount, but it doesn't have the strength to make you fly with it. I hit AC 21, which I believe might be a hit.
Yeah. If the 22's not there anymore, then it's a 19. So yes, I believe.
No, the 22 applies to the first hits in a round. So I
in
miss.
a round. Oh, so you do miss. Okay.
Yeah, in fact, I missed all
I
three.
thought that was for in combat. Damn.
No, it's per round.
Holy crap!
It's so basically what happens is your armor class goes down if you had a ton of people attacking you in one round.
Okay, that makes sense.
That's
Or
what
it does get multiple attacks. I guess it would. Okay.
Yeah.
But that one didn't, and the rest don't.
Yeah. So yeah, you and Blarth and Asiago get to attempt attack rolls. Sid, you get to make 2 of them with Blarth because he has 2 attacks.
Wish
To
Finn
attempt
had
to
something
force
similar.
So I would like to flourish and cause this.
Yeah,
thing
like
to...
anyone who is at least skilled can do this. It's just the dragon has enough hit dice where you need to have the expert or better in order to pull off actually using despair on it.
Okay. What would I plus for doing this despair move?
Normal attack roll. You're literally just if you can demonstrate that you could have hit the dragon, and you're like, but I didn't because I'm better than you.
I'm
You
willing
can.
to spare you.
Yeah, you're basically just scaring it. Which yeah, you did. You could do it again to like double do this. If you can do it twice, I'll give a penalty on its morale save.
Okay. Like ha ha.
No, you're still terrifying though.
Still terrifying. Okay.
Yeah.
And then we don't roll any damage for this, or do we?
No, you're not rolling damage. You're literally just using it as despair.
Okay.
I did not roll high enough for that. So yeah, the dragon basically is like cowering. It's now in. It's like a dog that's been hit too many times, and it doesn't want to move at all. But it doesn't like you, but it doesn't want to move yet. It's just terrified, cowering on the ground from you.
Cool. I want to
You
try to tame.
monster.
I want to try to tame this thing.
Do it.
Asiago, what would you like to do? The dragon's now cowering. Elwyn doesn't seem to be moving, but she doesn't seem dead because she's still upright.
Okay. Poof. Well, see, we got your dragon in quite the situation here. It looks like you're in quite the situation here. Let's get that mace off you right now, and I'll go for a disarm. To try to remove the mace from her hands.
Sure.
Can you
I'll
just
give you a.
pull it out of his hand?
Oh yeah, I mean, I'll give you like he's literally using disarm, so he's knocking it out of her hands. So I'll give you a +4 on that because she's held.
Okay. And then it's just otherwise standard attack roll.
Yeah, because she can't resist it. So yeah.
All right, 20.
You just knock it right out of her hands.
Ding, ding, ding.
Oh.
She's held for is it rounds?
30
or...
minutes.
Yeah.
30
So
minutes.
you guys can now tie her up because the dragon's cowed and she can be tied up. Do you want to keep her alive or you want to drop her?
I mean, we were told to bring her back, weren't we? I have to double check the notes. I don't know. Did the church ask for her to be returned?
I mean,
or
do
just
you guys
Oh.
want to be known as bounty hunters that return your targets to face justice, or do you want to be like we brought her head back because she killed her? But that's a personal choice for the group.
I mean,
Linus is not about that like wonton murder.
I could keep her silence. No problem.
Well,
And,
especially
I
if you
got
tie
the
her,
rope here,
remove the armor and
Yeah.
remove the shield and tie her up and put a gag in her. She can't speak then, so she won't be able to cast spells.
Right.
Or pray to regain spells, so you can totally keep her locked down like that.
Kind of more less what I was getting at. I got ropes.
Yeah.
Yeah. We could do this up, and yeah, I suppose I would approve. I would assist of Blor's efforts of trying to
Eleanor is 1,000% on team murder this hoe.
murder the hoe.
Not the dragon.
Listen, no, dragon's fine. Women don't get hysterical, but they do get fucking historical. And if there's one thing that I don't want is this bitch coming back for the dragon when the dragon is fully grown. So I'm willing to just murder the shit out of this thing's mom.
So
She's trapped us in this place. She's an evil sorcerer.
she may be evil, and she may be doing horrible things. But think. If we bring her back, and we get a reputation that we don't kill our, enemies, and we bring them to justice, there's a higher likelihood that they won't fight to the death in the event that we encounter more people like this who have heard of us. They might be willing to come quietly, and oftentimes, at least in my experience, the bounty boards in town pay more for the people being returned alive than dead.
Sure, counterpoint, if we're known for killing people and being ruthless, perhaps people will not put up quite the fight that this one did, and I'll just, kick her.
Take it or leave it, really.
If you're
Not
fighting...
like a hard kick, just like a fuck you. She slapped the shit out of me.
if you're fighting to the death, if you know you're gonna get killed, you're gonna fight tooth and nail to the bitter end. You're gonna fight even harder. You're gonna rage out and murder whatever you can. Versus someone might surrender.
So you want the enemies to go easy on us?
If we cannot die while encountering an enemy, yes.
I suppose that's a fair point. As for the money part, I don't know if we really need it that much, but
I mean, I don't know about you. I don't own a mansion or a substantial amount of land or a holding company worth, its weight in gold.
Weren't you just
We,
talking about how you don't care about those kinds of material possessions? You were
I didn't,
literally just chastising me for it
I
like
didn't say
15 minutes ago.
that I don't want, or that I don't want a nice place. I don't need a nice place. One
So
thing
we can
being
kill her. Great,
very
we're
This
agreed.
is this whole confusion about whether he's in love with trees or not thing.
eh,
You're witnessing it in real time.
why don't we take her back? And if the church or the constable deems her not worthy of living, we can then kill her.
Can we? How do you feel about disarming her?
She is disarmed.
Yeah.
No.
If you mean removing her arms,
Yes.
that is worse than killing, because then people will know that we are torturers and just sadistic, not murderers or bounty hunters.
Might have to
Why?
just kill her to end this conversation, to be honest.
Ooh, is that an option? I could totally. What is it? Gerrymander or filibuster? I can filibuster until someone decides to kill her. I'm totally okay with that
Oh,
option.
one,
There's a
one,
movie called Madagascar, and it takes place in the heart of New York City, in Central Park.
I mean, it'd be kind of funny to, like, make her carry your rug out too, but that'd be the only other thing I suppose.
Ooh.
yeah. I mean, we have
Why
some
not? Why
bulky
just
shit
tie?
that we need to carry out.
Why tie up her hands when you could tie up her hands above her head and help carry out the goddamn rug?
I'm sure she would be more willing to cooperate if she knew that she was going to live. We have some questions, at least I do. What the fuck is with the bells? Why are we here? What is going on with this place? I'd like more answers than just, oh well, we came, we killed, and we left. Also, point,
Can we
she
do
can
both?
carry some stuff.
Can we do both?
I don't know if
Do
you can
you want
discuss
to
that in
carry
front of them.
do you want to carry that rug back for however many dozens of miles we traverse? I don't.
Dragon.
Dragon's not going to carry that thing.
Very well.
How big is that dragon?
It's large size, so it's about the size of a horse.
Carry rug.
Dragon. This
Tapestry.
assumes we can convince the dragon to come with us. He is cowed. What? Let's go into the other room and go get those chains. We can tie him up again. This assumes we can get the dragon to listen to us. He may not listen to us.
He'll listen to Blarth.
That's fair. I have a hard time wanting to listen to you, so that is a very valid point you make. You know what? We'll bound up this woman. We'll force her to carry stuff, and we'll take her back to
So are you
wherever
leaving
it
your
is we need to
hands
go.
free?
This sounds like
No,
torture.
you tie her arms above her head, and then you like.
Listen, I'm not into whatever it is you're trying to propose, okay? Whatever you think needs to happen with her hands is between you and your god. My vote was to kill her to keep things simple, but
This is
you want to keep
no
people.
shit. This is literally what Blarth just suggested. Don't put this on me.
I'm
No,
putting
no,
it.
no.
You started
None
this
of it.
idea. You
It-
got it into his head. He was
When
going
did
to
I
agree with me.
suggest it?
It was me, yeah, but I mean, I go either way. It seemed like we kind of wanted to tie her up just to get a little bit better reward. But if you guys don't really care about it, I mean, I go here or there with it. It's not that important to me. She's
Why
a
don't we
pain in
just
the
let
ass, so.
Dragon carry everything.
I mean,
The dragon can carry a decent amount. You could roll up all 4 of the wall hangings if you would like.
Can I ask her a quick question? What's the name of the dragon?
I don't think
She's-
we want to
she's-
untie her
she's
mouth because then
held.
she casts a spell.
Yeah,
what-
she's held right now and is tied up, so she's not talking.
I was hoping for like a like that's his name.
I mean,
I
I think
imagine
at this
probably
point you can name
scowling.
the dragon anything you want.
All right, the
Snowball.
name is
Like,
anything
now-
you want.
Now, unless you guys have any animal training, it will take a little longer to train a dragon.
Okay.
If anyone has any animal training,
I do,
this
in
will be
fact,
much
have
easier.
animal training.
Oh
So you can
God
work with
damn it!
Blarth
I wasn't
to-
trying to get you a dragon.
Well, I mean, it's cowed of you, Blarth. So with his help, you can cow the dragon. If he
Think
was
of
to
it
do it,
like-
the dragon doesn't actually respect him. So
They might eat him. Okay.
I was gonna say it's like in Book of Boba when Why can't I think of his name? Danny Trejo gives the Rancor to Boba Fett. In this instance, Linus is Danny Trejo.
It's the weirdest thing. Also, there's no darkness here.
I said darkness and then I said Linus.
Brother darkness.
Further
Brother
darkness.
Oh god.
Anyway. Yeah, let's
Yeah, I
keep
assume
that
you guys
going.
should
We'll get that
now,
going.
like, you basically have figured out what you want to do, at least get her out of this place and take her back alive. You have a dragon to carry stuff with, so find out what's up in the, go recover the platinum bell from the altar.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a platinum bell, but you also find the area where she was sleeping in one of the hidden chambers. She had a treasure chest that was there, along with some changes of clothes.
Ooh, are they pretty?
Yeah, she does have some nice clothes. In fact, you and her are very similar sizes because she was also a very big woman. So it would only take a little bit of tailoring to fit them for you.
Wonderful.
So you have like 3 pairs of nice clothing. You can come up with color patterns and so forth because she had various different ones. One of them's the lavender one, but one of them's the yellow one that you saw in there, and then another one would be whatever you would want it to be. So, she had some gold and silver and electrum. So in this case, she specifically had 500 gold, 650 electrum pieces, and 750 gold pieces.
Can you put that in the chat? Add
Yeah.
it to
Nice.
our
I'm
party.
gonna say emerald green robes. Because it matches my eyes.
There you go. And then she also had some jewelry. She had
Is there a tiara?
no, she had bracelets that were matched for each of the outfits.
Oh shit.
So basic.
Kinda, yeah.
I'm gonna chastise her for her lack of insight. Clearly, she should have earrings. Clearly, there should be a tiara. Clearly, there should be better accessories here. I pity you.
Each of the bracelet pairs are worth 150. So there were
Sure, they're
3 sets of
valuable,
bracelets
but
worth
like,
150.
you could have nice shoes and they could still be ugly. Like,
How many bracelets was it?
3 pairs of bracelets.
3 pairs.
Worth 150 gold each. So that's a 450 gold worth of stuff.
Oh, 100.
What are we gonna name the dragon?
disappointed.
And then you guys also recovered the artifact, which is the platinum bell.
What color was this dragon? Was this the white one or?
White
This is a
dragon.
white dragon. Yeah.
This is the white
This
one.
is
Okay.
I will share with you the stats for it. This is a well-fed dragon, but it's not bright or anything. Here is the stats. It is, however, a dragon. There's the dragon.
And in time, we could train it. And maybe raise it. Are dragons in this world known to be inherently alignment specific? Like, are white dragons inherently going to be sinister and evil in nature? Yeah.
I mean, the average white dragon is alignment neutral. You know that, right?
Do we make a whole new sheet for this thing? Or do I just
No.
add this to
No,
my character sheet at the
you can just
bottom?
add it to your character sheet. It's going to be sized huge here pretty soon because it's actually entering a growth spurt. So it's just the edge of size large now, and it'll be size huge when you guys in a couple of months.
Baby.
So when it gets to size huge, it's going to be the size of, with its wings, like at its side, it'll kind of look to be the size of an SUV, but it won't weigh as much as an SUV because it doesn't have that much metal. It'll basically be like a 800-pound flying thing that has the wingspan of like 50 something foot wingspan.
Okay, Asiago. I don't know if the thought occurred to you, but the humans are only going to last so long, and when they expire, they eventually will. Which one of us gets the? We could share.
It's gonna be
1 sec, I'll be right back.
what I'm thinking right now is this, sooner or later this thing's gonna be awfully big. We gotta make sure we can feed this thing. All
That's a
right.
good point.
He fed now, but that won't last.
Oh, we're gonna need to start hunting.
Growing dragons
Sure.
get real hungry. That's for damn sure. Won't my fish won't be doing it either.
No,
Ooh, what if we go find big fish?
I'm back.
I
I
mean,
feel like there were those shark men over in that Choltian area. We could totally just. Those are big fish, kind of, right? Does those still count?
Hmm.
Fish flavored.
You guys gonna take the dragon with you and go back to the Isle of Dread?
I mean, it's
Yes.
not the worst idea we've ever had.
Maybe. I mean, yeah, totally our idea. Yeah.
I mean, some potential. I'm just worried about the guy. Gotta feed these things.
That's what I'm saying. Jungle had plenty of things to eat. I felt.
Yeah, but we're not gonna be able to live the rest of our lives in a jungle.
I mean, as long as you're near a
The
place
rest
where
of
you trust
your
dragons to go
life in the
hunting.
jungle. I could probably live your lifespan in the jungle without too much difficulty. I was doing pretty well. We were both doing pretty well. We could both live a fairly decent time on a jungle plateau. I'm just saying.
And I have confidence that if you guys were in an area that had game, you guys could drop a deer or 2 a day.
That's what I was thinking. Is
There's
just
enough
deer
people
hunting.
who have the capabilities to do that in the area. You guys can totally feed a dragon. You could also, in lean times or in areas where it's city, just buy a sheep.
Yeah,
Sheep aren't that expensive,
make it way easier.
especially if it's like an extra ram.
Plus, we can have all of these really cool ram horns around our farm. They'll be really cool and weird looking, like something out of Vitch.
It's a lot of mutton. It's a lot of mutton.
A lot of mutton.
Aw. Eleanor, I didn't think you thought of me like that. You said our farm. Aw.
I absolutely adore Asiago. He's like a cousin to me.
I do appreciate it. Well, when
You're
time
the first in the civilization I've seen in a half a minute. Granted, it's a different flavor, but I love it.
when time comes, perhaps we shambo over. But for now, I think it looks like he's starting to warm up a bit to Blarth after almost fainting in a little bit sadder end.
Yeah, it's still hurt, so you guys can give it just either a little bit of healing or just poultice its wounds and like let it heal as time goes on as you leave the place. I assume you're gonna basically take the dragon, take her, take the treasure, take Sark, and head outside to meet back up with your guide, and then have the guide lead you back to the town of Threshold. All right.
I'm down to let Sark go after like we get out of the temple. Or out of this, because like he's not bound to us by any means. Like he's invited to come, and I would definitely enjoy his presence. But like I'll wiggle my shoulder. But like
Say, weren't you gonna force him to marry you?
no, we don't force people to do things. We just strongly encourage them after a little bit of indoctrination, and then they realize that it's a better way. Listen, sometimes you have to encourage a welcoming environment. People aren't always super down to change their ways of life. It's totally understandable. We're
So Sark
creating a
has 3 times in his life had his world destroyed, and then had to pick the pieces back up and rebuild a tribe around him. 3 times now this has happened to him. He's not sure if he wants to make a new tribe again. So at least for now, I'll stick with you and see what I can get.
Sure.
Because he's just tired now. Like right now, he's literally had it happen to him as a kid, then as a teenager, then now as a young adult. Like the things he built destroyed. So he's like, I'm gonna let somebody else build, and I'll see what's there.
I will tell him that is very noble way to look at things, and he is welcome to share camp with me for as long as he is interested.
So yeah, he will agree to travel with you for the moment.
My little family is getting bigger.
Now the dragon definitely like tries to give you some gruff, Sid. So do you want to ask for advice on what to do with it, or do you want to decide on your own how to deal with a slightly unruly dragon that doesn't seem to want to like actually attack you, but seems like it's giving you like that dog who wants to push its boundary, but the dog outmasses you by a bit.
Babe.
Sid
Sorry,
died.
that was
He's gone.
really loud there for a second. Could you say that again?
Oh, I'm sorry. So the dragon giving you a little bit of gruff,
Mhm.
but it's like the kind of gruff that like a puppy gives when it's like testing its boundaries. It's just this
Okay.
puppy outweighs you by a bit. So do you want to ask for advice, or do you want to try to figure out something to do yourself to like contain it?
I don't know if jokes would work here. That's a tough one. Yeah, I'd probably ask Linus, like, hey, this thing's kind of giving me some trouble here. You got any tips?
No. I mean, creatures this size are tough to manage, but you can, feed them. It's stern language, stern body, threats to initially cow them. Show it that you're, even if you're not actually stronger than it, that your presence is stronger than it.
What do you think it eats?
Points to the carcass, the frozen carcass that we're probably dragging along with us. Large game that it then freezes and munches on.
Yeah. So with that, brother Linus, you can give a training roll, and a 6 or better is going to be a +1 modifier on like all interactions from Sid towards the dragon. If you can get a 9 or better, it'll be a +2. And a 12 or better will be a +3, and that bonus will last basically until something changes in their relationship.
Sweet.
Cool.
12 or better.
Yeah. So
Nice.
straight up, Sid, anything you decide to do
Ooh, it's
can
close
just
too.
involve like a reaction check. So it's just you 2d6 plus any relevant skill that you might have. I don't think you actually have one, so it's just going to be 2d6 roll. But you get this +3. So until you do things like try to train it to like either know a trick or like let you write it,
Uh-huh.
just the normal like maintenance of like keeping it settled down and like settling it down if something happens, you're going to get a +3 on that roll.
Okay. I think for now I'm not gonna do anything too tricky with it. I'm just gonna bond with it while
Yeah.
we
So
we
roll just a
travel.
2d6 +3, and let's see how like maybe you feeding it that frozen animal and like using like strong words with it, but like not threatening it, but just like getting it to calm down.
I'm gonna tell it some fish jokes and stuff.
Yeah, you're gonna be like the one blonde warrior from Conan the Barbarian who had the snake,
The snick. Awesome.
the
I don't
one that
remember that
Conan
character.
killed, and like he got really upset that Conan killed the snake
What the fuck?
because he raised it from an egg. That movie had a lot of details.
What a dick.
Yeah, so with a 13, you feeding it like it's bonding with you really, really fast. Especially since Elwyn isn't able to say anything because you have her bound and gagged, so she isn't able to stop you bonding with this dragon. She already did a lot of the like breaking the dragon in of getting it used to people. So that part you don't have to do. All you're doing is getting it to understand that you're the one who's in charge and you're the one who's gonna care for it.
Okay.
You
And
see that?
with Brother Linus's help, you've done a really good job.
I see you looking over there. I see the pain in your eyes. See, this is way better than just killing her right off the bat.
Make her suffer.
Kind of justice to it, I suppose.
I went from being the most vindictive one to this bullshit. Like, I'm
I've
actually
been
high-key
saying.
disgusted that like this mom who clearly cares for this baby dragon is having to witness it painfully being ripped from her. Like, that's fucked up. But go, you Pop off, human.
You wanted to remove her arms.
That was me again.
No, I wanted to kill her.
So I want you guys to know.
That
this
was me again.
conversation
I mean,
you're
I'm
having,
saying.
while
was also
you're
me,
like
yeah.
caravanning from the site with the guide that had come from the town, you guys are like literally like off into the sunset. This is the argument that's happening.
Yep.
Yep.
1,000,001%.
You fucking hypocrite ass motherfucker.
Right?
Yeah, and so basically it's a little faster getting back because you guys had already dealt with some of the goblins along the way, so it was known spots. So the guide was willing to go a little faster. So you guys get back to town in like 2 days. You're not bringing the dragon into town, but you guys can have probably Sid stay with the dragon out of town. Maybe Sid spend like if you spend like 2 gold along the way, you could have gotten like plenty of game meat from hunters that you guys would have been passed by or near along the way, to have fed the dragon, and so the dragon won't have to eat probably for the next week.
Nice.
Oh, indeed. All right.
Yeah, you fed it a bunch of deer and a bunch of other game. You realize dragon's really willing to eat anything. It has a personal preference for freezing things and then slowly chewing on them, but that's like more of a like chewing on a bone. It's like a dog chewing on a bone. It's willing to eat any meat. In fact, it's even willing to do things like eat trees. It just doesn't get a lot out of it, and it's not that excited by it. But basically, dragons can
Got
eat
it.
just about anything.
Okay.
They just have
Trees.
preferences.
Trees aren't exciting, but they'll do it.
They'll do it. It's not a lot of nutrition. They have to eat a lot of tree.
A lot of.
There's a lot of excitement. People are like freaked out that you have a dragon. They're impressed, and like kids outside are asking, "Are you going to become one of the flying knights?"
That had crossed my mind.
That's so cool. Can I touch it?
I wouldn't, not yet. Maybe in a couple of years.
Yeah. So Blarth gets to deal with a bunch of kids asking questions of like, why are any of these children still alive? You're like, how did they not all get dead by now?
I'm
that was the-
partially like lost in my own head during this though. Like just kind of like I just need to make sure they don't get eaten by this thing. And also, what kind of jokes am I gonna make about flying in the sky and shit now? Like,
so that leaves the
Hearts
rest
in
of the
the
group
wind.
to you could turn her in and deliver the bell. So then you guys get paid your money.
Money.
Oh man, it has been a while since this quest was originally picked up.
yep, yep.
Hell yeah.
But it's done now. Well,
Yeah, no, I'm just trying to remember the money that you were offered.
Let me see if I have it in my notes either.
Like I know returning the bell was just a flat 500 gold, but you're returning her to get prosecuted and to stop whatever cult it was that was trying to misuse the tones of the bell and basically corrupt this holy artifact. So the church is completely willing to throw in another 2,500. So that's going to give you guys an extra 3,000 gold.
Yeah. Hey.
For a grand total of
3,000 total gold. Like that's the money.
So sorry.
And then they're also willing to offer you guys basically favored status here in this church. It really only applies in the barony of Threshold, but like they're like you guys are now renowned in the church here in the whole barony of Threshold.
cool.
You guys have a good name for yourself.
Renowned and Baron.
So Elwyn gets turned over actually to the baronial courts, while the Baron is a patriarch in the other church that's local. He is completely willing to see to it that a cultist from one that's antithetical to both churches gets appropriate punishments.
What does
So
that mean?
Very likely she's going to be hung.
See, we got paid, and she's still gonna die.
Which means that you guys also get favorable reputation with the local court system. That you guys are willing to bring in people to be convicted. So it doesn't happen in like a day, but over the next few weeks, like people will come forward and speak, and there'll be a trial. She'll be judged by a council of the clerics that get convened, and if she's found guilty, she'll be hung. Because she was literally trying to do dark cult shenanigans in the country that would have resulted in probably many deaths.
See, Eleonora, it pays to be good.
Eleanor's not certain what you're talking about, but that's fine.
I was gonna say, I have literally
Not
no.
to put words in your mouth, but I'm pretty sure you're thinking it.
Yep, thank you. Nope, I'll allow it. Yeah.
That's a good dragon. Just like
Yeah,
God
and
damn it.
your group is now known as Dragon Tamers. That's also like a nickname going around for your group as a whole, because you're probably here for a couple of days outside. Do you guys want to do any resupply or anything like that while you're here in Threshold before you head back out? Like, I don't know what your guys' plans are.
Yeah. I'd like to make some more scrolls if we have the time.
So
Restock
I
on
had
supplies.
actually been retweaking the scroll rules. I had not poked you with those, so let me poke you now. So it's not quite as easy as it was,
That's fine.
because I realized I was making it more like 3.5 rather than like what the actual rules were. The actual rules are split amongst so many books, and it's a pain in the ass to figure them out.
Nice. Okay.
I would like to spend time whining and dining Sark, getting to know him. Not in like an overbearing kind of a way. So obviously if he's like
Yeah, so
Yeah.
he
not
does.
into it, then
He
I'm
definitely
super
seems to have a
respectful.
little bit of leeriness about you being an elf, because he's had a lot of bad
Totally.
experience with elves showing up and killing everybody.
Absolutely.
But he also simultaneously respects strength. So weirdly, it's this strange cross section of he respects you for your strength, but like there's part of him that hates you for being an elf. But
Yep.
he realizes that hate is because you're an elf, not because of like you as a person.
Yep.
Um.
I would like to commend him on his leadership abilities. And because I'm sure at some point if I am able to like talk with him and get to know him, I'd like to get to know about how he gained his skills in leadership.
Got it.
Mana is fishing for an ability score. Since I can't unlock half orc. Next best thing?
Yeah, I mean, he will talk about like how you have to lead, the kind of like how you build trust with a group, how you show that you're the one who's competent at it, and how you that they can put their trust in you and that you'll follow through, and that because of that they're willing to listen to you.
I am
He'll
really
talk to
interested.
you at length on that.
Cool. I was gonna say because I'd be really interested to hear from like an orc perspective. Like, given I have little s and I want to be respectful of our. Hold on, before I continue. Are goblins and orcs related?
Yes, but not like there was magical alteration in the middle of it.
Got it.
Um,
And then
Goblins are actually orcs are probably closer to the basal beastmen than
Okay.
goblins are.
Okay.
Goblins were split. One of the chaotic immortals took the initial beastman stock like tens of thousands of years
Mhm.
ago, and forcibly split using magic a breeding group that became the goblinoids that gave rise to all the goblinoids later on. The orcs are descended as basically they're an ethnic group from the original stock of the so-called beastmen that lived way in the far north in caves. They're
Um.
they're no one really knows the true source of beastmen, but orcs are descended from that basal beastman stock. It's just they're basically an ethnic group from that basal beastman stock.
Got it. Can I get any extra bonuses for speaking to him in orc because I do speak orc?
Uh, it just makes it way easier because he is
Okay.
most articulate in orc.
Got it. So then when we are conversing about his backstory, I want to make sure that he feels comfortable talking to me because like I actually really appreciate orc culture. I think it's kind of interesting and I'd like to learn more about it so we can stop this senseless fighting for no reason. And so like when I
Yeah, I
do
mean, one
talk
of the
about
things that gets across is that while he himself has very strong feelings personally, orcs themselves in general don't hold grudges the
Okay,
same way that other people do.
that's something I'd
They're
learn.
completely willing to kill if they view it as like simple like calculus of like we need that resource and they're living
Got it.
there, so we'll kill them to take it. But they don't
Which makes
feel
sense.
they don't have as much direct animosity long term once it's no longer a problem.
Got it.
The reason why orcs attack elves so often is that elves are continually sitting on top of resources and continually pushing the orcs out.
They are assholes about it, and I will concur with that.
I mean, on the plus side, it's not like the elves are like, but we lived here first, and we didn't just live here first. Like, we lived, me personally, here for like 300 years. And these orcs keep attacking every 15 years because it's a new generation.
They just keep coming every time. It's always the kids. Little fucker.
Yeah, no, it's pretty much. So let me get. All right, here is the latest version of Magic Item Creation. Scrolls are pretty simple, but they're a little more expensive and they're set in their way. So they're level set. You need to be at least their level to make them to begin with. You're fine. You're past that. But effectively, it's they're set at capped at certain levels and set at certain prices.
Sense.
Because I realized that this edition didn't have the wide ranging the way 3.0 or 3.5 did for scrolls.
Yeah.
I was just doing that because it was easier to figure out, but I actually read more of the books and like there were pieces of this all over the place.
Okay. Cool.
They're a little more expensive, but they're not super expensive. They're not as expensive as they could have been. I actually dumbed the. By the way, this is lowering the costs.
Wow.
Because I was like, that makes scrolls cost way too much in comparison to everything else. Because they're one-time use things. Why do they cost so much?
Yeah.
This is still expensive, but not as expensive.
Not only that, but the consumables that you have to be of a specific class and a specific level in order to use.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you don't have to be at the level to use it. You just have to be able to make it.
Yeah. You have to be of that class to make it. Just
yeah.
A lot of restrictions there.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool. Can Linus also be partly part of the training just to get the dragon like familiar and a little bit more friendly with him? Like he's not trying to steal Blarth's thunder in terms of like who really
it
leads
wasn't how
the
much
dragon.
Blarth is willing to let you, because that's up to Blarth. But
Yeah.
you can totally participate in the training. Your presence is definitely going to add to it because you actually have the skills for it.
That's part of why,
up to Blarth deciding how much he wants to let you, because Blarth is the one who the dragon at the moment respects the most, because Blarth was literally the one that cowed it and subdued it.
Would probably make it easier for my character to be there.
Yeah, I'd appreciate the help, and yeah, I've been telling it lots of jokes.
So you have access to the temple here, so that you actually have a place you can make scrolls. Because as always, you need a special place for it. You can't just make scrolls on the road. You have to have a spot. So the temple here in town actually qualifies. You're respected enough. You have free access to make scrolls.
Sweet. Seems way easier.
I was gonna say I do. It sounds like, I mean, if you're already getting the help there, but I do have animal training and horse, and I know that's about the size of what we're dealing with right now. I don't know if that would.
If you want to train for riding it, yes, the horse would help.
I also have teaching, so I don't know if I would be able to actually pass down the skill of animal training to.
You could easily do it, so the next time he has a chance to take the skill, he can pick that without having to find a trainer.
I'd be willing to do such. I mean,
yeah,
I love to show the ropes.
You would even, because of your teaching, be able to, when he takes it, he'd have trainer for dragon.
If you'd like to take a little time while perhaps I'm getting a little fishing.
I mean, this is the kind of thing where
anyways.
you can take the time, you can chit chat with him while you're doing your normal adventuring. That
Yes.
qualifies. You literally have the teaching one. You don't have to do it in like a specialized setting. You can just do it over time. You have the skill to literally teach people things.
Let's go. Well, there you go.
So, how much time you guys want to take, and then what are you guys going to do after that? You're in the town of Threshold, the southern side of Lake Windrush, near the river that flows south towards the coast. Sid is not spending. Sorry, Blarth is not spending that much time in town. He's mostly outside with the dragon, probably maintaining one of the camping spots that are fairly open and easily accessible.
I was wondering if we could take it to a stable in the town, but probably.
Yeah, stables are not quite, but you could totally rest, like get a camping spot outside town and have the dragon there.
Got it.
Cool.
I figured it'd probably eat a horse or two, so.
Yeah, that's the problem. Children are crunchy and tasty.
The most expensive night in a barn you'd ever spent.
What was that? There was a bumper sticker I saw when I was a kid. It's like, do not tarry in the affairs of dragons, for they're out crunchy and taste good with ketchup.
Yeah, I've seen that T-shirt.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, um, I would love to. Destination-wise, we're going back to the farm. That was the plan, right?
Yeah, that was the next
So-
part. Was check on the farm.
Time, I think we
We'll
just take.
probably take a riverboat down to Lake Kelvin and then overland it to the farm.
Yeah.
But yeah, time-wise, I mean, I don't know if we're necessarily kind of rushed, but I figure a little bit of time with Blarg for the Dragon, us to rest up, and I guess for Eleanor to get to know her orc friend.
Future husband.
Yeah, so you're spending a lot of time with York. There's definitely like side eyes in town, so you might be staying outside of town with him, which means you're going to get to spend more time with just him, chatting, and he is willing to just chat with you. So as long as you're willing to keep chatting, he's willing to keep talking.
Yep.
So you have gotten a decent rapport with him. You definitely understand his feelings towards elves because he has basically every single time like his life looks like it's going well, elves show up and kill everyone.
Yo.
A tendency to
Sorry.
do that.
I'm the one who totally just like, and fireball.
Well,
I mean,
it worked.
We did offer for them to surrender, and they said no. So well,
Didn't wait for the conversation to really
Hey,
finish, and then fireballs are just in there. But
Really say things that happen.
surprise attack.
Fuck it.
Well,
Did you say he was a redskin orc or a greenskin orc?
He is a
You'd mentioned it. Is the only reason why I ask.
yeah, like I even have his specific sub-ethnic group.
Because he's Orcus Imposterus Rex from Kiramikos.
Imperious Rex. It's
sorry.
actually his people come from the Broken Hills.
From
to the north of
Leptar,
Morganland.
hair black, eyes brown.
Yeah. So, orcs of that. Geezer Minotaur.
I don't remember why we came back to the mainland in the first place from Chult.
Training.
Training,
Basic
that's
training.
right.
Training and to catch up on things because you knew that places like the farm and other places you had not been to, so you wanted to make sure you weren't missing out on something.
We had good reason.
I would love to, I guess, two things for Asiago. I'd love to, of course, gotta keep up with it. And now we got another big old mouth to feed, so we're keeping up with the fishing, of course. As much as we
technically speaking, the three major varieties of orcs are common orcs, red orcs, or yellow orcs. The Imperator Rex orc is a so-called common orc, but like the porcine features that are very common in other orcs are less obvious. In fact, it allows them to pass for basically kind of ugly humans for the most part. They have copperish skin, very Mediterranean. Their snout is almost basically like a fairly normal nose. However, psychosis and megalomania is super common amongst Imperator Rex orcs.
Is that this guy?
No, weirdly he is not. He was not. He was built as a heroic orc who would lead his people, but the narrative on that is like leading the orcs up to be better would mean that they continually would get broken down by someone who would come along. So his story has always been like his hero's journey means he keeps getting slammed into the underworld and then has to fight his way back up.
Eleanor will choke back a tear. It's beautiful. I'm so sorry.
But Imperator Rex orcs are in fact the most human passing of all orcs. They just look like like normal Imperator Rex orcs look like ugly humans. However, he's good looking as an orc, so his
You mentioned that because he's got a
symmetricality
15
is
charisma. He's
Yeah.
almost more attractive than I am, fucker. Like,
yeah.
no,
So it's more that his
charisma,
features they're not so called classically handsome, but they're distinctive. Like
right?
they're like, oh, they're handsome because they're just they're hyper masculine is really kind of what it is.
There's an anime called My Love Story, which has like this kind of big guy who isn't like what you would maybe consider conventionally attractive, but like because of his ruggedness, he actually has kind of like a handsomeness about him. Like, that's kind of the vibe I'm getting.
Yeah. That is pretty much his vibe exactly. And orcs by themselves tend to act like fighters. They just don't have all the fighter special abilities, like all the multi-attack and things like that. They don't have any of that.
Okay.
Would I get enough experience at the end of this session to level?
Yeah.
Do you think? Okay. Do I get any training that I need to do at level 8?
So training level 8.
I do think I'm still gonna pick up Druid, because while he's not sure about the whole tree loving thing, trees have been weird around him lately. He does still like nature. Nature's not trying to murder everyone all the time. Well, it is, but in a natural way.
Yeah, so this is the most latest copy of the Prestige class thing, if you want to check out Druid.
Okay, cool. So then...
Or you're thinking about either general skills or weapon skills at level 8.
Yeah, that's the main question is, should we just head out or should we spend a little bit of time?
Yeah, no, level
training?
7 is when you got your last weapons, your general skill. So you get another one at level 10, not level 8.
Okay.
But weapon skills, let's find out. I think the only one who gets a weapon skill at level 8 is fighters.
Wasn't sure.
Yeah, fighters get a weapon skill at level 8. Everybody else gets a weapon skill at level 9. Fighters also get a weapon skill at level 9. Fighters get extra weapon skills.
Alrighty.
Because that's their bag. Everybody else gets weapon skills at level 3, level 6, level 9, level 12, level 15, and level 18. Fighters get them at 3, 6, 8, 9, 11, 12, 14, 15, 17, 18, and 20.
Let's see, what's my experience at after all of this?
You are at 98,434.
So I guess since I don't have any training, and I think everyone else is still a little ways off from leveling, should we just head out?
I'm a bit.
Yeah. So what was the plan? Did you guys know where you wanted to go next? Was it
Farm?
down to Kelvin and then overland towards the farm?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the business.
That's the idea.
Sweet. Let's do this.
Woo. On the road again.
Let's do it.
That road again. We couldn't wait to get on that road again. Here we are on that road again.
Yeah, so like 1 week in town, 2 weeks in town before you head out?
Yeah, a couple of weeks in town, add some training to the dragon, get a little notoriety, make some friends, make some scrolls.
Outside of fishing, I would love to be just chopping it up at the bar.
Yeah, so definitely you can get both done. Like, there's that lake right there. It's easy enough to fish off the various docks into it, so you can totally have been getting fishing and then at night do a bunch of drinking. You know that there's still a decent number of like dragon slayers in town, because like there's still up in the mountains a decent number of excess white dragons because that was the dragon fight that's been going on.
Oh, that's right. That's where this dragon probably came from. Okay.
Yeah, Elwyn had took advantage of being able to get easy access to a dragon. No one else has had a tamed dragon recently, though. At least not here in Threshold. There's talk of it elsewhere that people had managed to capture dragons. Like it's said that some dragons were grabbed out along the north road going into Darrican over the mountains by some adventuring groups and then sold to knights.
I was say they had mentioned the dragon riders. They were like, "Are you guys
Yes,
going to be dragon
that's because
riders?"
there are dragon riders who are actively seeking to get new dragons. The thing with dragons is that if you have a dragon, your family can be dragon riders for centuries.
Got it. Oh, that's right. You had mentioned that.
Yeah. So getting with a dragon flight like it's going on now, it's an opportunity for new families to join the ranks to have dragons.
It's like a family car, but like times a million.
Yeah. It's like owning a family summer home. Like it can be in the family for generations, and people can keep adding to it. Keeps getting bigger.
Generations. Okay. Well, maybe we can go get some more dragons. We can just all have dragons. One big dragon family. Get dragons for all the goblins and all the hobgoblins.
That would actually be pretty cool, but also, I don't know if we should have that kind of power.
Form our own dragon flight. Fight the other dragon flights.
Says the man that wants to try to take over the world. I mean, this is the perfect way to do it. We just have a fucking dragon army all to our own. Take it over. Take it all over.
What are you gonna do against a fucking dragon army? Like, one dragon's scary. Multiple dragons? It's fucking horrifying.
Still not sure if we should have that power. I'm not sure if we're the people for that.
I'm gonna say.
I mean, I am. I am.
You just take care of your dragon. Well, by the way, what's this little guy's name?
He hasn't told me yet. I'm still trying to figure that out.
Okay.
Alright.
He's not going to talk, so that's up to you to figure out, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you
haven't
were
yet.
actually just. Yeah, I thought you just hadn't come up with one yet. It was just gonna speak to you.
No, that's more what I
mean,
meant. If he started talking to me, I'd be like, "What the fuck?"
Oh?
I'm just gonna name off things. I'm gonna call him like
It just
mayonnaise.
It just tells jokes. That's all it does. It's like,
Is it a boy dragon or a girl dragon?
It's better than me. I haven't looked.
Look.
I
It's been
go.
2 weeks and you haven't looked?
Okay. I go and take a look. I'm still
so-
not sure.
I'm
still
more
not
like
sure. I don't know what I just don't. I don't know what I saw.
So, even odd on any die that you want to roll. Even's going to be female, odd's going to be male.
Even.
Because it's a 50-50 chance, basically.
Let's go evens.
D20. All right.
Boo.
Add.
So it is a male dragon.
Boo.
All right.
I
Man.
hate boy dragons.
Well, okay, we were literally just talking about having an army of dragons, and I don't know about you, but one of the easier ways to get an army of dragons is to give
That's
birth
true.
to
That's
them.
true.
Yeah.
Can
Then
you
not only do you have a
look
clutch,
at-
but you have a very loyal clutch because the mom is in there.
You not look at my baby dragon and like think about
It's
it
not a
being
baby dragon.
impregnated?
It's
Oh.
not a baby.
Okay, it's not full
It's
grown
like
though.
3 years
It's-
old, 4 years old.
Yeah, but like it's also about to enter in its next stage of mature. I don't know the sequence of which it matures. We just need to think about. I'm going to be living longer than you. I have to worry about these things, so I need to get it
Well,
spayed or neutered. How do I go about
sorry, it has
Is-
balls.
this? Is this male white dragon eventually going to fly into a hormone range the next time there's a white dragon flight in the area because it smells?
This dragon is about 80
Well, then you'll get
to
your
100 years
army.
away from going into that hormonal, like, I gotta go breed.
Yes, but again, I am an elf. I have to think about these things.
Well, then you can have your army then.
No, I'm not. Yeah. Asyaga, you understand where I'm coming from, right? We're just planning ahead. It's like when
I-
it's like when you're.
I look over
cat
at
or
Linus.
you're
We were not
something.
part of this plan at all.
Just shakes his head. I don't know, man. Elves be weird. Elves be doing elf things, man. Let's just
Yeah.
train the dragon. We can enjoy the dragon while we have the dragon, and aim for immortality ourselves, and then they can stop bickering.
Well, both things true.
Bickering.
Yeah, and it's just simply looking ahead, but yeah, we got this little guy to take care of now. Soon not to be a little guy, and yeah, we got a farm to go visit.
Sorry, I thought it was a fair question to ask if this beast of burden could potentially fly into a hormone rage. It happens to
Yeah.
dogs, it happens to wolves, it happens to cats, it happens to lots of things. I would like to know if the thing that can breathe an ice breath on me will fly into something similar. That's all. But I didn't realize you were an expert.
I suppose we'll find out, or I
Wayne?
suppose you'll find out.
Right.
You
I
just
felt
aim
like
for
the-
immortality, and then you don't have to worry
I
about it.
pat him on the head. Oh, you're gonna be her problem at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems okay with that. It likes you. Felt well enough. You fed it pretty well. You treated it well.
Cool.
Not nearly as abusive as its previous owner.
That's certainly true.
Well, I guess we gather up whatever resources we need and then head out.
Yeah, okay. So, you guys are taking a barge down, or are you going to walk downriver to get to Kelvin?
Is it advisable to take a barge with a white dragon?
I mean, you want to take a barge rather than a boat, because the dragon can just be on, like, one side of it and not mess with the sailors. With the boat, it'd be a little too close, and they might, take offense.
No, yeah, I just worry about the boat in general. Like,
Oh, I mean, the
it's
boats
the
are big enough.
travel as
The dragon weighs less than a ton. Like, it's not going to cause a problem on a barge.
I know,
Cool.
I just worry. But yeah, if I'm down for the fastest form of travel.
Got it.
I think.
I don't know if
That
it's
sounds good.
opposite of what Eleanor wants to do today. If that's the case, it would be we would go on foot. But if you're all willing to be in agreement with me, boat.
Boat seems fine.
Yeah, seems like a plan.
Yep.
Boat
Cool.
it is. All right, so we boat our way down.
What a session.
All right, got a dragon.
I got it. I want to give it a name like right on the spot, but I know I want to think about it.
Oh yeah, you gotta.
Yeah, you actually get offers to buy the dragon.
No, like money has not been a problem, so. Thanks.
What kind of offers are we getting? Not because I'm interested in
It's
entertaining
in the
them per
hundreds
se.
of gold.
I'm
It's in the
just.
hundreds of gold range.
So these are
Not
people who
thousands,
have
it's
hundreds
only
of gold
hundreds.
on them.
Yeah. It's
What-
Interesting.
it's people who are knights who are like, yeah, I would love to get a dragon. Then my
Stingy offer.
training could move up in the world.
Absolutely stingy offer
It's a lot of money.
for some people. We are not those some people.
Depending upon the specific good, a gold piece has a valuation. It's kind of a spread, a schmear, but think of it as somewhere between a couple of 20s and like just over $100. That's the effective purchasing power of one gold piece.
Okay.
But that means like for some things it's really only basically like $40 or a little less than $40 for a gold piece. But for some things it's like 150 potentially, because it's just not all prices are quite the same how they go.
We're pretty well off, but not, ready to just retire and call it quits well off.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
I was just
Alright.
curious what type of offers would, like, because again, if we're looking into going into business which we have a farm and are potentially raising dragons to have a dragon army, maybe we figure out what the market looks like for that.
It's not a bad idea.
I mean, at least locally, no one's done a dragon farm, even though there are a decent number of dragons that are embedded with families.
'Cause there was another white
Possibly.
dragon, like many sessions ago, right?
There was another white dragon. It
And
lived
I
on
don't.
an iceberg in the middle of the lake.
Right. Perhaps that one's a female.
No, that one's dead.
Oh, that one's dead. That's right.
That was one of the dragons that lured people here. Like, there's dragons in the area. That was one of the first dragons that got taken down
Got it.
because it was too out in the open.
Yeah, it was living on floating chunks of ice from the weird, like, future sci-fi room that we found with the orb that led to, I don't know, Oblivion or some shit.
You can go through it.
No, thank you.
Man, no one goes through it. It's like you guys don't even care about me. And what I want.
No. Just
It's
Andy,
never what you want.
just run Temple of Elemental Evil, and we'll just stick our heads into the lion's mouth at the doorway, and
God, man.
Oh, okay.
Tomb of Horrors.
There's a Tomb of Horrors. Yeah, there you go.
Stick
All right.
your head.
Yeah, now you're disintegrated. Yeah, it takes a couple of days to get down to Kelvin. Do you guys have your ship at Kelvin, or had you left your ship back at Specularum? Because your ship is capable. The river that runs, the river you're on meets up with the river near Kelvin. The big river near Kelvin that flows out to the sea is large enough and deep enough that you can take your sailboat up it. You just can't take it up the side river that Threshold is up. So Kelvin's about the limit for most of the ocean-going vessels. So I don't remember. Had you guys left your boat parked, or had you been like do some trading up along the coast, and we'll meet you back in Specularum at some point? I don't remember.
I feel
what
like
you
we
guys-
said meet back in Specularum, but I can't Specularum is just the one that sounds familiar.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's the capital.
fun to
That's the
say.
one that's actually on the coast. That's the big port city.
Yeah, I feel like we parked it there and took a barge up the river to
Okay.
Threshold.
Yeah.
Rather
That
than
makes sense.
trying to like maybe get it stuck on the river.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you guys are taking down river quite a few miles down to Kelvin. Kelvin itself is not like it's big for Fantasy Town, but like it's not actually super big. It's it takes up slightly more than an entire hex on the 1 mile across, so it is a mile across. So it's a decent sized place for Fantasy Town, but it's not itself an immense location. It's got like 20,000 people that live in it. It has lots of tenement housing. It's a lot of narrow, like twisty, windy places. Basically, think a densely packed village in like the Austro-Hungarian Empire in like the 14th or 15th century. No
Actually,
gunpowder, but that's what they kind of look like.
was the town that we just left bigger?
Yep.
No. Okay.
Threshold is a big sized town for the number of people that live in it, because when the Baron came in and mandated where Threshold was going to be like relayed out from the it used to be based on an island. So the island has a lot of twisty windy stuff, but the actual side that he built on the mainland, he built up that area. He mandated that no building could be within 50 feet of another building. So there's great sightlands everywhere, and there's open. So the city feels open. It doesn't feel claustrophobic. He explicitly didn't want a claustrophobic city. He was like, I want my city to be a nice, like, rural-seeming town, even though it's going to have, like, thousands of people. And Threshold has, like, 3,000 people living in it during winter and, like, 5,000 people living in it during summer.
Good amount.
Yeah.
Okay. While we're in town, do we want to spend some of this money and see if we can get some new items?
I don't see why we wouldn't potentially poke around. Why not? It's available. Anything you're looking for in particular?
I mean, something to help us, like, so how actually interested are we in pursuing this potential dragon rearing escapade? 'Cause we do have everything that's going on down in the jungles of Cholt still. But being able to just fly to the jungle, well, probably not fly, but come back with like a small army of dragons, that'd be fucking dope. Would take us probably a few years in game to pull it all off.
Yeah, I was actually gonna ask that, if you guys at one point wanted to go somewhere for like a long duration of time. You know, like go back to the farm and like just train and do stuff for like, a bit. We don't have to, but speed up the process.
Well, there's the question, right? Like, is it worth our time to sit in one place for a super long period, or is it better our time spent, out and about doing shit?
That is a good question. I think right now, I'm ready to continue doing quests and not do that yet, but at some point, if we decide that we need to start, getting up in the air for some reason, maybe.
I mean, yeah, I think at current juncture, like, check out what's here in town, head down, see what the farm has, and I think we might have some leads on where to go. We have some leads right now, obviously, on things to do, but
Yeah. Well, and you guys had mentioned wanting to at least visit the farm and stuff before you went and did anything else. So, spending a week in Kelvin, seeing if there's anything available for sale. One thing that is available for sale in Kelvin is a lot of dragon scale armor.
Really?
Yeah, mostly white, because there's been a
That's-
boom in people hunting white dragons.
So I
With the
could
dragon fight
match.
going on.
I could match with my dragon.
It would be
What-
cool to have kind of a uniform.
Yep.
Would the dragon have a problem with him wearing the scales of a white dragon?
I was wondering that. I don't think it would, but might
Uh,
see more as its parent,
not-
right?
Yeah, not that much.
I mean, other colored dragons probably would, but the white dragons are like stupid, basically, right? They're generally not that intelligent.
Yeah, I mean, even the smartest of them is not that intelligent.
I mean, we're even holding a couple. You get like a perfect shade match too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like really match up the armor. You get enough of the armor, you could almost go stealth mode on the back of the dragon. Surprise attack.
I'm gonna
hug it.
yeah.
That would be kind of sick.
Would be kind of
Yeah,
cool.
so you can buy plate armor that's made. That basically any type of armor you can buy the equivalent in dragon scale up to about plate mail.
Okay.
What benefits does it confer being made of dragon in this system?
Well, it's organic for the most part. Now these use wire meshes, so it doesn't really work for druids. But theoretically, this could be made with like ligaments and actually be usable by druids. Mostly what this confers is prestige, because you're wearing dragon scale. The mechanical benefit is that the armor itself would be less affected by the element that affects the dragon, so the armor is less affected by frost. It doesn't confer anything to you, but it's less damaged by it. Red dragon hide, on the other hand, means that it's less damaged by fire, meaning the armor itself won't burn easily.
Interesting. I mean, well,
But it looks
since-
cool. That's the big one. And it costs
Since-
about twice as much
How much?
as regular plate mail. But it is really nice looking.
Do they have the ligament here to make it into druid plate?
So if you were trying to get druid plate made, you're talking 4 to 8 times as much as regular plate mail.
Woo-wee.
Because that's not normal armor crafting.
No.
Now, you could get
Oh, damn.
lighter armor made, like leather equivalent or scale studded leather equivalent made. No problem with it being just being at the double price. So if you wanted to have the 13 AC from the equivalent of studded leather dragon mail, you could totally do that.
How much
And
is the
it
dragon?
It would be the using the like strands of ligaments to hold it together rather than metal.
Plate mail is
16.
well,
Yeah, and it's 800 gold, give or take. Before that, so it'd be 1600 gold.
Okay. Yeah, I'll probably buy some.
And it would be closer to what, like 5,400 or less, maybe four times 3,200.
Yeah, you can probably get some between 3,200 and 5,400, somewhere in that range, because it's gonna have to get custom made for you, basically.
All right, what's the currency? I have 9 PP, 131 GP.
Oh yeah, you guys have gold to split. I don't know if you guys have bothered splitting. You guys have a shit ton of
No,
gold.
we have 15 grand, 15.5 grand in terms of gold to split if we wanted to split.
You guys want to buy a bunch of this armor?
That sounds fucking amazing. We can just
I
have like a matching
bet.
outfit.
Yeah, let's do it. We can afford it, like,
Yeah, right.
and they have enough. I'm down.
Can we buy something for little S?
Yeah. I
Yeah,
mean,
so little S is his smaller, so his would cost 75% of what the full price one would be. So rather than 1,600, you're talking about 1,200,
Give him a
and it
little
would be
tattoo.
sized for a full-sized goblin. So it's a little bigger than what he is yet, but he'll grow into it.
That's smart. I like that planning. Think for the future.
Cool. All right, so what would that be in our inventory here? Plate mail, dragon scale.
Yeah, white dragon scale plate armor. So it looks like you're wearing dragon scale armor, but it has AC 16. At least for the plate mail version.
And then can we sell back
How does that change
my current plate? Because I don't need 2 things.
my math?
oh wait, Linus already has white dragon plate mail.
Yes, that's the one that has metal in it, though.
Is
Because
it?
you bought it. Yeah, you bought it up in Threshold. When it was being made.
Oh.
And so that's definitely going to be the one that has metal in it.
Could I then have them replace the metal with ligament without spending too much more?
It's still going to be expensive. You're still looking at hundreds of golds because they have to get the right ligaments, which is the dragon ligaments.
Yeah.
And it's still going to take time. In fact, it's going to take about as much time.
Okay. I mean, if we're getting everything made for
Well,
us
no,
anyway.
the other armors just have to be tailored.
Oh, okay.
Because with the metal ones, it's way easier to adjust the metal wiring underneath. With yours, they have to get the right cuts of ligaments to pull it off.
Linus,
Gotcha.
how do you feel about giving your plate mail white dragon armor to Sark, and then you get your new leather-based one?
I mean, is Sark gonna be staying with us, or is he gonna live at the? Like, is he gonna be a traveling companion? If he's gonna be a traveling companion with us in perpetuity, yes, absolutely. But if he's not gonna be sticking with us in the long term, no.
I mean, Sark doesn't want to just put down roots and have some elves show up. So right now, traveling with elves mean that elves are less likely to show up to kill everybody because he has elves with him. But he's not planning on leaving soon. That's definitely the impression Eleonora has gotten from having talked to them now for like 3 weeks.
I also just, if we want to just hang on to it and then sell it at a different town, I just don't imagine that they're going to be interested in buying this armor off of us. That's
No,
all I'm saying.
I'm not selling it. I'm turning it. I mean, we can sell our regular plate. Regular plate's gonna be purchasable by anyone with a little bit of cash. The white dragon's gonna be considerably more expensive. And
Yeah, and the white dragon would hold its value a little better because honestly, you guys could sell your plate armor here in town, but you're only going to get like 100 gold for it.
Really, wow.
Because
Even
if you use plate armor,
Yeah.
it's gotten scuffs. There's might be microfracture cracks in it. It's definitely been used. You guys have been hit by things, and merchants are not wanting to pay more than half anyway. So it's basically chop it down to half and then chop it down again because it's used plate armor.
Yep.
Used armor does not sell that well because it's
Andy,
got
I can hear
clean-
your inner outer planes employee. Please tone it down a little bit. I just feel this soul-sucking conversation about trying to explain to some poor kid why his $100 Pokemon card is really only worth like $20 if he tries to sell it to Dan. Like,
Oh, man, it's true. So just imagine every single merchant here is Dan.
Oh God. Well. I don't know if I want to deal with this. No. I mean,
Ooh, what if we kept? Hear me out. We hold on to this armor, and then once we get like more renown, we sell the armor as collector's items.
there you go.
I'm gonna say, can I appeal to your inner capitalist that way?
Well, I'd like to convert my armor into the ligament armor. I mean, I'm not opposed to, in theory, getting Sark some armor if he's gonna be a permanent traveling companion of ours. But I
I'm
mean,
willing. I could just give him my plate. I don't mind passing mine
yeah,
down.
I don't mind giving him just regular plate as well, like that. That we've got plenty of that. So
I don't know. There's something well armored that would, like, even if you did stay at the farm, just it's always nice to keep that defended. Actually, we have no idea what the state of it is right now, so it could be worse than
no,
we think.
yeah.
I'm sure it's fine.
How long will it take to get ligament made?
Ligament armor made? Probably a couple of weeks.
Do we want to go check on the farm and then come back?
Or do
Oh,
we
like
be
put in
here?
the order and pick it up later?
Yeah.
We could do that.
Sounds
All
great.
right. So who's putting in the order, and how much money are you guys spending?
Because Linus, you have the finances, so
Well, so Linus just wants to convert his regular white dragon plate into ligament dragon plate. So however many hundreds of gold that costs, and then sounds like Blarth wants a suit of white dragon
Yeah,
plate.
it's gonna cost probably like 300 gold to convert, but it's still gonna take the same amount of time. It's just you're
Yeah.
not having to pay for it
Okay.
because you already have the scales. You just need the ligaments and the labor.
Yep. All right. So 300 gold plus how much for Blarth suit? What you said? 1600.
1600. Yeah.
I think everybody was gonna get some, right?
Yeah, a little
Yeah.
less. If he's gonna get it, it's gonna be 1200. It'll be a
Nice.
tailored suit that's
1200.
fitted for when he's gonna be an adult.
So Eleanor and Asiago's will be a little bit taller, but
But 1600 each because it's just tailored for them, but it's still about the same price.
Okay. So Asiago and Eleanor, you guys both want one, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I guess it's kind of a trade-in with the 100 per plate, so I guess that could be.
I mean,
we're able to
we
sell
can-
off
we
the
can-
plate.
We don't even necessarily need to sell off the plate. We can take the plate
Give it
black
back
back to the.
Sure.
The
We can take
farm?
it. Yeah, take it
Yeah.
back to the farm. You know,
Let's just
equip
do
our
that.
armored
hobgoblins
is.
so they can
That
better
sounds
defend.
good.
That works.
I like it.
Let's do that.
All right. So that's 6,300 off of our
Oof.
massive pile of 15. So we're down to.
We're not
9
as
again,
rich. Yeah, we're not
but-
as rich.
I mean, considering we just got 3 grand for turning in Elwyn, hey, keeping her alive, hey,
And a dragon.
paid for your stuff. Not a bad trade, I'd say.
Yeah, like in terms of purchasing power, like 9,000 gold is kind of like $500,000.
Wow.
Jeez. Well,
So
now we're spending it.
like,
Woo!
no, like it's split, so it's not like $500,000 each, but it's like no, the party has like $500,000 in liquid cash.
Yep. Plus a bunch of other stuff. Do we want to sell off all of our valuable loot, like the bracers, the gems, and shit?
Yeah.
I'm down to convert it if we're
Ex-
able to find it in
I'd
this
say-
town. But is this town large enough for that, or
20,000 people. And it's a trade town. Yeah, Kelvin. It's springtime. Kelvin's booming. There's lots of merchants. It's basically Kelvin is where all of the trade to the north, including the trade with Highforge, where the gnomes and dwarves make things, flows through Kelvin before it goes out towards the coast.
word? So yeah, do we want to just convert all of this into gems, diamonds, things like that?
I suppose.
Well, we did just lose.
Now you could wait till you get to Specularum to sell, because Specularum is the bigger trading town. Because you're gonna have to go down to Specularum anyway before you head over to the farm.
Oh,
Okay.
The
okay.
best road leads. There is no road that leads straight from where you're at, even though the straighter distance would be to head straight to it. Instead,
Yeah.
it's either take a road that meanders towards Specularum and then back out, or take the river down and then hitch the road from Specularum back out.
So would we get even better prices for buying armor down in Specularum?
Yeah, but no, weirdly, it's going to be more expensive at Specularum because you're closer to where the armor is being produced in Kelvin.
No, fair enough. Okay.
Because all the white dragons are being killed to the north, and then they're being funneled. The supplies are being funneled to Kelvin. So most of the armor is either being made in towns like Threshold, or the raw materials are being shipped down to Kelvin, and they're being made in Kelvin. So Kelvin's raking in the cash because they're buying up the raw materials of the dragons, and then they're selling the finished goods down south to freaking knightly families that want to have bling for their, their sons and cousins and things like that to wear.
All right. So yeah, let's put in our orders, and then we can sail down to Specularum, sell off our bells and our gems and random bits and bobs, and convert some of our gold into something a little lighter than 100 pounds of. We had 240 pounds of gold, by the way.
Yep. Yeah, no, I was seeing those numbers. Pretty beefy.
Dropped considerably with our armor purchase, but hey,
Yeah, I
everyone's
was
got
saying
armor
like
now.
you guys are like gold is really valuable. Like you guys could be buying farms all over the place if you wanted to.
That is another consideration if we want to like start some commerce, since we're in these parts, to like basically have passive income, like buy farms, buy supply lines, start basically like a mercantile system.
Yeah, I like that. Just maybe not yet.
Why not yet?
Uh,
We have the money for it.
Is it 1028?
Oh, okay. Something to
Yeah.
think about for next session.
Yeah. All right. So you guys can think about that before the next time. So I think the next plan is we play 2 weeks from this Thursday, and then we play again the Friday after that.
if
in
we can,
person.
yeah. In person, if we can,
Okay.
yeah.
Woo!
Yeah. Did we want to think about a dinner together then? Like get some food for that. Like I don't mind bringing the
Oh.
food on a Friday night.
We will always host food when we have a thing like that. Don't worry,
Yeah.
there'll be food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
is-
but like I
is
don't
it-
mind like bringing it because if you guys are getting off work, I don't work on Fridays, so I have the entire day to do things like
Oh, we
go
got the
get
time
stuff.
off. Yeah, no, we have the day off.
So
cool, awesome.
we're all well.
We can
I've
start
requested
earlier,
the
too,
day
if we want
off, so
to.
we're hoping to start like
When Jay gets in town.
when Jay gets there.
Okay. What's Jay? What kind of plan are you on that kind of stuff? Is it
Slash when Captain gets off work, because unless Captain's also taking time off, which I don't know if he is.
I mean, I hadn't. I wasn't sure what the plans were for that day, so I haven't planned.
We're
anything.
literally like cooking it up basically right now.
Yeah,
I'm
we're
like,
making it happen. Yeah.
All right. I
So,
mean, yeah,
the-
I've got a spare vacation day. I could throw onto that.
That would be Friday the 2nd of next month.
And actually,
Yeah.
that Friday, I might not even need to take off. I could probably just fuck off around all day, because that day everyone is out of the office.
Why?
You just work from
be-
home and everyone else is gone.
Basically, because every other week, both my boss and one of my colleagues have a Friday off. 'Cause they have this weird ass 980 schedule where every day they work 9 hours instead of 8 hours, and then so every other week they get a Friday off.
Oh, interesting.
And then my other two coworkers are taking the day off for vacation. So,
So work from home and yeah, sit fucking play D. Sounds good to me. You play
Right?
D&D. Your
Yeah.
city dollar is hard at work, ladies and gentlemen.
yep.
Yeah, as we get closer, you guys can let me know when you guys want to give a start on it, and I'm willing to show on up. Now,
I'd love
mind
to
you,
do.
I'm
Sorry,
not
go ahead.
showing up before noon. Like that's
No, that's fair.
No.
Nobody.
I
nobody
don't
wants
think
to do
I don't
that.
think Jay would be here before noon.
No,
No, I don't
mean-
know with how excited he gets sometimes for D&D. Like maybe.
I mean,
um.
I'm probably gonna be able to. I mean, I could head up there afternoon, get up to you guys by like mid-afternoon, something like that.
Cool.
Likely.
Yeah. Sounds good.
I'm thinking smoked turkey legs, maybe some cheese and some grapes. Maybe like just Andy, think like the Hobbit meal.
Oh, nice. Yeah, okay.
So spread kind of like that. So if you wanted to bring something in like a potlucky
Then
fashion,
I'm gonna make a Bavarian fucking cheese dip.
I would say it'll be like dips and breads and like loose meats and just snackies, which is like
I
my
can
favorite way to
I can
do
bring a
D&D.
bunch of sparkling waters too, because I
Beautiful.
enjoy fizzy water.
Nice.
We
Yeah.
also like the fizzy waters. We like the Waterloos.
Yeah,
Do you have a cocktail preference? I know you used to like AMFs, but like
How
was it a while ago?
hard are you going?
I'm a gin and tonic person.
Gin and tonic. Okay.
Ooh, I haven't had a gin and tonic in a
I'm gonna make sure that the DM has his drink of choice because that's what I would
'Cause-
want.
'cause remember, with a gin and
I'll
tonic,
have some. I'll have some. of
it
that.
glows in a black light. That's the important part.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is the important part. That's weird.
So gin and
It's
tonic
the
for the
quinine.
DM.
It's not the alcohol.
So gin and tonics and black lights. We'll get that going. All right.
Yeah.
Do you need any playmats or whatever?
I don't think. I mean, if we want to use playmats, I can probably whip went out somewhere. I think I have.
I
done
have
that.
I have the post-it note grid thingies if you wanted to like design stuff on them, or if you wanted help, I'd be happy to draw out the maps, even though I wouldn't know what they're for.
I mean, like we've been pretty good doing theater to the mind, or me just
Yeah.
showing things. So like, I don't think it's
Yeah.
been too big a deal.
That's fair. I mentioned somebody's got to have a tablet somewhere that we could just pass
mean,
around for map
I
stuff.
mean,
Yep.
my main thing I'm going to be bringing to record things on is my little Chromebook that I'm going to have Google with the experience
Okay.
and things like that
Ooh,
open up.
what
on.
if we
You
do
could just
cast
show
to the
us.
TV?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
can do
so
that.
Remember we did that for for Benches of Madness. We could just
And
have
we'll play
Andy
in the
cast
living room
to the
instead of the
TV. We could play in
table.
the living room.
We'll
Yeah.
see. Yeah.
Well, because we're doing theater of the mind, so you would just need to have a way to have your character sheets out. Which
I
I'll just
still
need-
want to. I want to put a TV in like I was talking about moving the toaster over into that area. It's been working fine with the air fryer, so I kind of want to put a TV over there. You know where the
We don't have a TV.
it's in the loft.
I don't want to put the loft. Sorry, you're silly. I love you. We don't
For-
need two TVs
For
in
game to be sick.
No, what you need to do is you need to get a gaming table where you have one of those big screen TVs underneath
That's
like
Inlaid. Yeah.
a glass
Goals.
sheet that you can draw on, and
Yep.
then have cameras above it to register where things are, so that you could have it read back in when you put minis out.
Goals right there. Life goals.
They have that with the touchscreen ones where you literally have the touchscreen out, and it's you can have the electromagnetic material underneath the minis so that they register where they're placed on the screen.
Mm-hmm.
Those
They're coming-
exist. Those are awesome.
Coming out with a D&D digital tabletop. They're working on it right now.
Are you talking about Wizards stuff?
It's
Yeah,
Dungeons and
Wizards is
Dragons.
trying to make one of those
don't-
since 4th edition.
Don't engage with that. It's just going to be microtransaction hellscape.
I mean, this is a new one. It's not out yet.
Yeah, no, like everything that they've previewed of it so far, like you have to pay for individual goblins.
What the fuck?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, you'll have to rebuy all the books.
If it linked into or with D&D Beyond, I'd be way more interested because Cynthia has the books and stuff. So
But I mean,
I mean,
Wizards has been
that's-
really
that's-
shitting the bed in terms of.
so the issue is that Hasbro decided that what they actually wanted is they wanted AAA title microtransactions.
Yeah.
So they hired a bunch of executives who worked on the literally the microtransaction division at Microsoft. They hired them from Microsoft on their microtransaction division. Literally the people who made all the microtransaction stuff in Microsoft games. And that's who they hired. The CEO of Wizards right now was literally hired. She was the director of microtransactions at Microsoft.
damn, fuck that.
Didn't
Like,
they
that's
also
literally
hire a bunch
why
from?
that's happening right now. That's because that's what Hasbro wants.
Yeah.
This is less about Wizards and more this is what Hasbro wants.
Yep.
Well, I mean, they're kind of synonymous at this point, unfortunately.
I'll give you. But it's like how you can't trust CNN anymore. And do you want to know why?
Yeah.
It's technically AT&T's fault.
Mm-hmm.
Because when
AT&T?
AT&T sold off all the different pieces and like sold off the entertainment side, part of the deal was there's a billionaire who bought CNN. He's a MAGA Trumper.
Oh my God, that explains a lot.
That's why
Yeah.
Trump was on CNN like 2 days ago, doing a town hall.
Gross.
And
So
during
CNN
the
is the new Fox.
yeah, makes a lot more sense. I was wondering
fun.
why they gave Trump the time of day, and like,
It's because
Yeah,
they're
that
owned
was-
by a Trump Republican now.
Gross.
there was a speech that President Obama was giving, and like he was just like a small webcam in the bottom right corner, and they were just showing clips of like basically empty holes inside the White House the entire time on the main screen. It was fucking weird.
I don't see how you can still be a Trump supporter at this point. It's so weird to me.
Look, the leopards aren't going to eat my face.
That's why I voted for the leopard face eating party.
So yeah, we'll meet again in 2 weeks. Hopefully you guys can decide like what kind of stuff you want to do, because I know you're going to visit the farm, but I don't know if you want to adventure around the farm or not. You know, maybe have Linus go pick up the weapon of darkness, the scythe
Oh.
of darkness that's in that one courtyard.
Oh yeah, we were thinking about
Nothing
that.
can possibly go wrong.
No, I fully expect, but that by the time we get back, one of the hobgoblins will have gotten drunk and gone and picked it up, and we have like a dark lord that we have to now deal with.
So I figure when we get in person, we'll have a viewing of How to Tame Your Dragon, so that Lars can get an appreciation
Yep,
for what
that
he
sounds
needs to
great. I just think that the goblin grabbed the scythe and just exploded on the spot. Just wham! This be a mess when we get back.
Yeah, so I definitely awarded some bonus XP for the of the groups that I had ran in this version of Mystara. You guys are the first ones to literally tame a dragon.
Woo!
Hell yeah.
Awesome.
Nice.
Fucking
Server
sweet.
first, let's go.
Yeah. So, quick update on XPs before we end out here. Blarth, you were at 103,684.
64.
Yeah, you need to get 17,000 more to level up because you level at 120,000.
I imagine I would have gotten experience for killing the dragon more than this, but this is way better.
I
No.
gave you the XP for killing the dragon.
Oh,
'cause you
okay.
defeated it.
Yeah.
Still the defeating counts as okay. Got
Yeah.
it.
The defeating portion of the dragon is nowhere near that you got for the story award for being like the quest of first people to tame a dragon, basically.
That's awesome. Right on.
Brother Linus is at 111,365.
Level up. Let's go.
Yeah, he's now level 8. He needs to get to 200,000 to level. Asiago, you were at 103,655. You need to get to 125,000 to level. So you're getting close.
Yeah.
Cynthia, 105,988.
100. Hold on. I'm a little much stoned. 1 second.
Yeah,
Say that one more time slowly.
105,988.
So 105,000?
Yeah, 105.
105.
988.
988. Thank you. I was like, why can't I write this down? I'm still really far off from leveling. Okay.
Yeah, well, I mean, you need 20,000 left. So
bad.
Little S is at 12,498. So he's like 500 away from leveling.
Nice.
And what about
Sark?
Sark?
He's at 8,335. So he actually leveled to level 5.
Oh wow.
335.
He's 8,335.
Perfect. How would he like to level up? I would like to encourage him.
I mean, he strongly wants to just maintain as orc. He's not looking to like become like a shaman or anything like that.
I wasn't necessarily gonna recommend shaman. What could I offer him? Lean him towards the swashbuckly side, but I don't know
I mean,
how.
that's just more weapon choice. Like he can pull that off with just choosing the right weapons. He's using spear, so I mean, he could pull off as long.
Did I show him halberd basics? Would he be interested in
he
learning
could-
halberd basics?
He actually likes using spear, and it's
Well,
like, if
which
he-
is why I recommended halberd.
yeah, because he's already skilled with spear.
Right,
So
which-
his next one would be skilled with spear. Or
Okay,
expert
so
with spear.
he just wants to keep skilling up the one. Okay. Does my HP reset, or did I still take that massive like clock to the face?
Well, you did, but like at this point, you're healed up. It's been weeks, but you definitely felt numb after it. Like someone who's weapon skilled with mace, when they hit somebody and they get stunned, it sucks. Because you're literally getting like a little concussion from someone hitting you like that.
The only prestige class for cleric is druid, right?
Yes, at the moment.
Ah.
So the other ones would be like deity specific, and I have not gone through the side books and splat books and converted those. and I'll be honest, most of them are like Hollow World cleric types from the various different cultures in Hollow World.
Hmm.
So it's like the Nithians have seriously like 12 different kinds of clerics. Where
Oh.
like you'll lose some spell stuff or turning, in an exchange you get a bunch of like special class abilities from your immortal patron.
Sounds like
Otherwise,
we start digging.
clerics by itself, pretty good. I don't know if there is one for Zerchef or the Traladarans.
Oh, it's fine.
But there is, of course, always basically when you go to become a druid. Really, what it is you're not you're basically saying, "Hey, Zerchev, I respect you, but like I kind of want to like become in tune with the earth." And so, what the earth is actually a god, because the earth is literally the like that Gaia spirit that the immortals could never quite get rid of because it wasn't like a spiritual thing they could dump. It's literally the planet itself.
Makes sense.
And her blood is what everyone uses for magic. Like the ley lines and the points of power. It's all basically like using her body and converting it into magic.
Cool.
I have to share, because you defeated her, I'm going to share Elwyn with you guys real quick.
Yeah. Let's see.
Holy shit.
Elwyn, the Ardent Prophetess of Domination.
50 HP? Tanky.
Yeah, I give her max HP because she's kind of like a boss character. Like, she was intended to be a really hard fight. So she had known you were coming, so she had already blessed herself and cast Striking on herself, as well as Resist Fire.
And then was silenced.
Yeah, and then she was silenced, and then held.
But like, look at her weapon,
sounds
man.
so
If she hits
strong.
with that mace, it's like a ton of bricks.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
that mace, that magic mace, by the way, it's a +1 mace, +3 versus lawful creatures.
Oh, have we healed up at all since that?
Oh.
I didn't think so.
Yeah, you guys are full up.
We're full up, okay.
Let's put that down.
It's
Yeah.
a really good mace. And her shield was a shield +1, so you guys did recover that. Her plate mail was just plate mail.
I dig the look of the swashbuckler they have in the image here. It's awesome.
Yeah, isn't that a nice one? Read the class features, man. If you're playing a
Just-
human thief, the swashbuckler is a really good choice.
I don't know if I can play a thief with my stats, but definitely what I would have gone for if I could.
Ready, bless. Okay, so just +1, +3 versus lawful, and then she was just wearing regular plate mail.
Regular plate
+1.
mail, but it was a shield +1. So there's another magic shield in the group. Is anyone needing a magic shield that uses a shield? Like Blarth?
Is mine magic?
Hold on now. Requirements: a swashbuckler must live and act heroically in a larger-than-life manner. This is sounding great. I'm liking this.
It's literally you have to be like a Three Musketeers lifestyle. That's
That's
what
awesome.
Yeah.
Does riding a dragon include?
Being larger than life? Yeah, probably. Larger than life.
I surf on it. I don't even
Right.
rate it. Yeah. Standing.
Yeah, I made this. The swashbuckler was based on, there was a class called Rake from previous editions. Well, from this edition, but I didn't include Rake. Rake was basically like supposed to be like, oh, if you're playing a thief that isn't really a thief, you're more of like, the rakish kind of like troubleshooter who has some skills but doesn't do backstabs or anything like that. I'm like, well, why not just make it like, D'Artagnan?
Yeah.
That seems like
That
a better
makes
choice.
sense.
Yeah. And then, but if you want to take a look at Paladin, because that's the spellcasting one you could go into.
Mm-hmm. I was looking at that. I looked at that and I looked at Knight.
Yeah.
And
And then
the
Avengers if you're
Avenger.
wanting to go for one of the dark cults.
Yeah. We're not really dark side kind of team. I don't think.
Well, Eleanor
becoming-
is trying, but
I feel like Linus's preaching, like going down a paladin path, would actually make more sense. But can I become a thief?
No, you'd have to make a new character if you're going to make a thief.
Okay. It would be fun though. Wakani, sick.
Yeah, Wukani are the like humanoid spellcasters, so like Little S or Sark could become Wukani.
The scoundrel.
Scoundrels that's like Wukani but for humanoids. So Little S or actually Little S is the one who should become a scoundrel because freaking backstab with dagger training.
Max HP roll. Finally, for the
Scoundrel.
first fucking time. Well, not the first time. I did it on my level 2. Everything else has been 3s.
Ah. Oh, that's right.
Go.
Sark gets a level up too, so he gets to roll hit points.
There's a prestige class for a character for you sometime, babe. The Guildmaster.
What do I roll for Sarkin's?
He gets a D8.
D8.
D8 plus 1 because he's got a con adjustment, I believe.
Four.
You rolled a 4?
Yeah.
So he's going to get 5 out of that because he has a plus 1 con.
Oh, I added +1 to it already.
Oh, then
So
you roll a
like-
minimum of 4, so it turns into a 5.
Okay, so
You
five,
rolled a 3,
20,
but that gets modified into...
so 30, 33 is now his new
Yep.
max HP.
Yep.
Little S, you're so close.
Yeah, he's super close to leveling.
Can I go outside and have him hunt rabbits until he gains a level?
Just a few rabbits, just a few.
So, as a druid, I wouldn't be able to wear metal armor. It's not a problem because we're getting the armor fixed. But, how's a weapons look? Is it the same where it's like no metal weapons except for scimitars for some fucking reason?
Also, did you want to pick an environment you want to be a druid of? Because it's not just druid in general, it's an environment pick. And you
Look.
get special abilities based on your environment.
Druid circle. Arctic saving throws. Desert saving throws. Swim checks. Do spend a lot of time on water. Warning of landslides or volcanic eruptions 1 turn before.
Yeah, that's 10 minutes at a time. That's
Yeah.
decent warning time.
Sometimes. And can transform to giant insects. Ooh. Seaweed snake.
Yeah. I just updated Sark's saving throws and his level and his to hit bonus.